All right.
Yeah.
We are live. And let me make sure I fix the Facebook so we can
Yeah.
start getting some down comments.
Yeah, got to get that Facebook crew in here. I heard they was chirping a lot on our last broadcast during the Texans head coach debacle with
Yeah,
Lovey Smith, and
yeah,
we
I
didn't
feel
get
like
to see him until later.
I feel like they was ready to cancel us.
I mean, I depends on who. Like I know Bravo hit me up. He was mad about me. We just said it was wild that I thought I didn't care about any black coaches being in NFL. I'm like, sorry, man, I really don't. But I get how it's a big deal for people, but I just personally don't care. I mean, there's bigger fish to fry, dog. But that's just me.
Yeah, I would love to talk. I gotta whenever we get an NFL player back on, we just gotta ask them, like, not them personally, but just how the vibe feel in
Mm-hmm.
the NFL. If it's a really strong, I guess, push for a black coach, or do they not really care as much? Do they just want a good coach? Because I feel like a lot of players, not even just in football, but just in the NBA too, where they just want a good, they just rather have a good coach than
I don't think a lot of them really care who the coach is, man. As long as they can win games and the dude's not an idiot,
yeah,
like I'm sure they cool. A lot of the narratives about the head coach in the NFL is like fan and media driven. I feel, man,
yeah,
because I was listening to In the Loop today, and I heard y'all were talking. I think it was John Lopez was talking about it too. He talked about how the coach needs to be like a leader of men and have a strong voice and shit like that. It's something of that nature. I was just thinking, man, I don't think these players really care about that at all. I think that's for us to be like, wow, look at this leader of men. Look at him ride the troops. But dog, they out there do a job. They know what their job is. The coach is there to put them in a position to win. He's
yeah,
not there to motivate them. Like they're already they're professionals, man. They're professional football players. They don't need any extra motivation. Everybody out there wants to win.
yeah,
So I think a lot of that is just like fan and media driven about the head coach being a leader of men. Like they're
yeah,
grown men, man. They ain't kids. This ain't college.
yeah. And then I think, honestly, I think it depends what type of organization you got. I think it depends what the structure is. If you want a rah rah type of guy to go in there and get in your face type of thing, or do you want a nerdy face in the playbook type of guy
Mm-hmm.
who really don't get in your face as much and just kind of let you do your thing, but on the field he's a mad scientist when it comes to drawing up plays. So I think it kind of depends, because if you look at a team like Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, he more like a player's coach, I guess. He not really that type of he not like a I would say like a defensive specialist or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That dude just, I don't know what it is, but they play for him, and them motherfuckers all probably should have made the playoff, to be honest. But I had them finishing probably as the worst team for the last 2 years, and they damn near made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because of him. So I guess it depends what the team want. If they want to coach like that, or do they want to coach like a Sean McVay, who's a just a nerd when it comes to that type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if players really have a preference. I think they just want to win and get paid. I
Yeah,
think that's the main thing they're worried about. They want to be in a good organization that cares about them and pays them what they're worth or what they feel they're worth.
yeah.
And they want to be in a position to win.
Hmm.
All the other stuff is up to everybody else, man. But yeah, I think it's a lot of it is just us wanting to see, like, we love seeing the locker room footage of the coach giving a speech and all this stuff. But I think that's minimal effect on the players, man. They don't care
Yeah,
about that
because if
bullshit.
when you hear the players whenever they weigh in on the coaching decision, like, yeah, I just want a good coach who could come in
Mm-hmm.
and do their thing, and help the organization. It's not like I never heard nobody say, "Hey, yeah, we need a leader of men.
Yes,
Just do this," or "We need a somebody who can call good plays." I don't think they really care, man.
I don't. And the main thing, I didn't even bring this up last time we were talking about the whole black coach thing, but like one of the main reasons why I don't care about there if there's any black coaches in the NFL really is every time there is like a black head coach and they ask him about being a black head coach, he always wants to downplay the race.
Yeah,
Like they always downplay the race thing. Todd Bowles earlier this season, was asked about the important, like the significance of Mike Tomlin and him facing off in an NFL game, two black head coaches, and he basically said, "Hey, I'll just look at he's a friend, but we don't look at race." You know, as soon as you guys stop making a big deal about it, and I understood what he meant,
yeah,
but it's also the fact that the black head coaching in the NFL is a relatively new thing. And
yeah,
this is a league that's been the country that's been historically racist. So you could have said, I understand what it means historically
and
without
then,
saying, you know, I ain't expect you to be Martin Luther King about it. But
yeah,
you could have said something instead of just downplaying it and just
yeah.
saying it's not a big deal.
He could have said it's a huge deal. Unfortunately, we only have a few black folks or black coaches, but
Yep.
hopefully, we get to a point where it won't even matter. So he could
Yeah. Something
have
like
said,
so you can always say that, man. But it's like they always say something goofy, like that dude in the college coach who was like, "My wife is white." Like they always get up there and say something goofy when asked. So I'm like, whatever, man. Like anytime they in there, they never want to speak to any injustices or any inequality. They just are happy they got the job.
yeah,
So and they don't even want to make a big deal about race. And I get it, but if they don't care, I don't care. So I'm like, fuck it, man. If y'all don't see race, I don't see it either as it pertains to your job. Okay, whatever. I don't care if there's any black coaches now, since y'all don't see race.
Very proud that my wife is white.
man, that shit had Twitter in a chokehold, man. When that happened,
I was so like, why?
oh,
Like it was.
yeah,
It was just fine until he got to that part. That's the crazy part.
I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
Like I really can't. Like he had to have like tested that out in front of people.
yeah,
Like who did he workshop that in front of to them for them to say, "Oh man, that's it,
yeah,
that's powerful."
yeah.
Proud of your white wife,
I
huh?
wonder if he had the first part ready, and then somebody said, "You know what? No, I like the speech, but I think you got to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
You can't do it for one side." And so you're like, "All right, let me add another part."
Yeah. 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 Very, very strange. I forgot who that was or what he coaches for. It was in North Carolina,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
North Carolina. Yeah,
Yeah, I forget that dude's name.
he played in the league for a little bit because
Yeah,
I knew who he was, but yeah,
basketball.
Hubert Davis.
Hubert Day. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember this dude
Hubert
now.
Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Surprised he ain't been fired yet.
yeah.
Um,
He got to the Final Four. I want to say.
oh yeah. They did do good last year. That's right. So yeah. Back to the usual, back to the podcast. Oh, we had to
Yeah,
get a little tangent out there. Back to the usual Jim's and Juice podcast. We back at it. What up, everybody? Joining us live streaming this Friday evening, or if you're listening at any other time on your streaming app of choice. A lot going. Well, I'm not even gonna lie. Say a lot went down this week, man. Okay, I'm not gonna bullshit y'all, but we
it's been
got
a
a couple
lot of
things.
slow weeks, man.
I think it's the beginning of the year, man. You know how it is. Like nobody dropping music. Everybody's kind of dialed back the bullshit a little bit, and it's been pretty slow. And at least until I think by February, March we'll be back into springtime, close to it, will be the fuckery will overload. What up, Ernesto? See you in the comments on YouTube, man. What up, dog?
If you're on Facebook Live right now watching us, send us a comment.
Yeah, tell us what's up, man. Say what's up to the award-winning producer.
Yeah.
Figgy Fig in the house, man.
Yeah.
So Figgy, how you been, dog? How's this past week been for you, man?
Man, this past week it been kind of slow for some reason, man. I felt like yesterday should have been Friday. Friday yesterday, but
the MLK Day threw a lot of things off for me, man.
Yeah.
That threw a lot of things off for me because I felt like I was fucking a day behind or a day ahead, and it was just, I don't know, time been fucking with me since the fucking daylight savings bullshit, man. Honestly,
yeah.
So yeah, it's been rough, but
everything been good, man. I'm chilling. I was listening to some new music. I don't know if you listened to this project, but I can't wait to talk about it a little bit.
Now let's get into it then, man. What you listen to?
Man, I was listening to Trippie Redd.
Okay. He dropped the album?
He dropped the album. Produced by Chief Keef.
What?
He dropped the album, today.
I didn't even know Chief Keef produced like that.
I didn't either. But I ain't gonna hold you, but man, the album sound fire, man. There's some good gym music. I feel like you'll like this a lot.
I'm gonna check it, man.
Like, I'm talking about some the production on here was crazy. Where I was just like, damn, I was listening to this on the way, on my way up here. Because at first I wasn't even, wasn't paying attention to it. But then I saw somebody talk about the album saying, like, damn, I can't believe I'm listening to Trippie Redd produced by Chief Keef. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, let me check this out. Let me see what Chief Keef talking about and what he sounding like. And the shit sound fire, man. So I ain't gonna hold you, but it's qualified. And I want to say, because we got a lot of hip hop listeners on here, this ain't no hip hop boom bap. This is strictly gym music where you got a lot of distorted 808 type sound. He kind of in a category of Playboy Cardi. So if you like Playboy Cardi, you'll probably like this album. I think they got the same fan base anyway. But the shit is fire, man. I like it a lot.
I'm gonna check it, man. I like Trippie Redd, dog. He's actually one of the newer rappers I like. I know that Mr. Rage shit was one of my favorite songs of 2021. So him, Cardi, Uzi, like I fuck with all of them, man. So I'm gonna check that album out. Sounds pretty hard. I was previewing some tracks on YouTube.
Yeah,
and that shit sound dope. So I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, so I listened to that, and I'm sure you probably don't know who this is, but I was listening to a young lady by the name of Glow Up.
Okay.
Or not Glow Up, but her name is, I was listening to a young lady by the name of Gloss Up.
Okay.
So she's I think she just signed to QC, and she was actually in the group with Glorilla. So she kind of came from that little group. She was one of the ratchet ass friends twerking on the headlights, I guess. So she released that I guess it's an EP. It got a lot of songs on there, but it's only like 29 minutes.
Damn.
So yeah, this album is called The Gloss Up. And I think she's pretty dope, man. I think it's a qualified album too, man. I mean, for some reason, I guess my guilty pleasure is listening to the new age female rappers, because they kind of getting busy now, man. It seems like every woman rapper from Memphis is getting busy. But yeah, man, check it out. I think she sound dope. She got that Memphis flavor too.
Okay, yeah, that Memphis flavor is all the rage, man. So check that out. Some good new music, good new recommendations.
Man, Memphis got a nice little run going right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue this is the biggest they've ever been, man. Honestly,
yeah. No, seriously, they might be the best. That might be the city that's on fire right now, because of course we always gonna say Atlanta. I think Houston got some good artists that's hot right now too, but seems like everybody coming out of Memphis, man. You got people from the Yo Gotti camp, Moneybag Yo, you got Glorilla. It seems like everybody that's hot is coming straight out of Memphis. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even before that, like their sound had been coming back to the mainstream as well.
Yeah,
3-6, that 3-6 mafia type sound, which was not that popular back when it was at their prime. Now
yeah,
suddenly it's like
that,
everybody's returned to it. So
yeah, that sound was way ahead of its time,
it
man.
was, it really was. Yeah, niggas was bumping Lil Jon beats at that time, and they were rapping over like fucking horror music and shit, man. It's like,
Yeah,
what the fuck is this slow shit? Niggas was trying to dance in the club and twerking shit.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna check that out though. That's a good recommendation. I didn't listen to anything in particular this week. I've been slacking on my quest for listening to new music,
Yeah,
but
it been hard, man. Like I listen to this because I try to listen to something so I
mhm.
can talk about it on the podcast. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, man. It's just I haven't been in a new music type of mood.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of stuck in my old ways of just listening to my little playlist, and that's it. Or I got Sirius XM now, so
Mm-hmm.
I just throw it on there and just be listening to some random shit. So I haven't been really in a new music type of mood. I also listened to another song. ASAP Rocky dropped something,
Okay.
and I ain't like the song at all, man. It seemed like he was mostly singing on there.
Oh no.
Yeah, so yeah, this to me, I mean I don't want to shit on the song too much, but it seemed like this was the wrong song to release. I don't know if this was a single or he just trying to get something going. I don't know if he got an album coming, but this seemed like an interlude type of song, a album cut type of song. So I was a little disappointed in what he released.
Yeah. There was a viral tweet of name a New York rapper who got worse with every project, and the initial tweet had ASAP Rocky's picture on it. And I mean, there's a few people who would fit that category. I said Mace personally,
Yeah,
but honestly, a lot of bad boy artists will fit under there as well. So,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah,
I'm trying to think of a that's a good question.
New York rappers who got worse with every single project. You could extend that to rappers, period.
Yeah,
And yeah, but yeah, Mace was definitely my pick because yeah, after Harlem World, it was ugly and uglier.
yeah,
But 50 Cent, you can argue too. That's one.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I mean it's ASAP. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's doing anymore. I was a fan when he started, even though I felt a certain way about the Jack and Houston shit. But I've liked his music, but he's had a confusing career to me, man.
yeah,
Like I kind of feel like he shouldn't be as big as he is. He shouldn't be the one who got Rihanna in the end, but he did. Somehow he's lasted.
yeah,
And a lot of people who came out around his time haven't. So
yeah, yeah. Because even I think it was the other day we was talking about Rihanna. We'll get to Rihanna in a minute because
mhm.
even they got a lot of smoke
I
coming
still
to them.
haven't seen that. I got to see the clip. We got to play that, man, because I
Yeah,
ignored that, but we got to see what people.
I'll find the clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But to me, we was talking about it on the show, and I mentioned how ASAP Rocky would probably be there with Rihanna on the halftime show of the Super Bowl. And they mentioned they said what could he perform? And I had no answer. And I'm just like, I don't know what he would perform. If he was up there, I don't know if he's gonna be up there for real or not, but if he was, I don't know what song he'll perform.
Yeah,
It's,
I can't see
it's not like he got that one song that everybody
mhm.
know. And so you kind of see why he's and Calvin Klein commercials and all this modeling and all this bullshit. But I can't name a song that everybody know. It's hard to really explain who ASAP Rocky is to somebody who's not really familiar with rap as much.
Yeah, I mean his biggest song is probably fucking Problems. But I don't know if people know that enough to that's not gonna make the halftime show playlist.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll be on stage. I know he'll be there,
yeah,
but I don't think she's gonna bring him up on stage for the halftime show. I don't think, like you said, there's nothing he could perform that people would actually know in that crowd.
yeah,
So yeah. But
yeah. Ain't thinking
shout
nothing.
out to him.
Yeah.
Who do you think? We never did think about that either. We didn't do our picks for who was going to show up for, because nobody just goes and does a halftime show by themselves anymore.
Yeah.
So if Rihanna does have guests come out, who do you think would actually come out?
The best way I could do, I think for sure she probably gonna have some type of legendary drummer or rock star.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody, a guitarist.
Slash from Guns N' Roses or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're gonna play Found Love and so I
Steven
can't.
Tyler comes out and they do Rock This Way or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Oh man.
Yeah, I can see that happening 100%. But I'm trying to think who do she have big features with? I know also Drake. Somebody
Yeah.
say Chris Brown.
Chris
That's
Brown,
not happening.
Chris Brown come out and that's his redemption story.
Yeah, even if she wanted that, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't. Let me see. Rihanna biggest songs.
She got a song with Sean Paul called
Yeah, Sean Paul could come out. I think
that.
enough people know Sean Paul. He's a legacy act at this point.
Yeah.
So enough people could know Sean Paul to come out.
Yeah.
And I can see that happening.
Yeah. She got something with Maroon 5.
Yeah.
I can see that being the guitarist or
Adam Levine come out.
Yeah. I can see that. She got something with Neo.
Neo ain't coming to the halftime show, man.
Yeah. Jay-Z and Kanye. Kanye, hell no. Jay-Z, I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think Jay-Z coming. Nah.
He'll be there, but I don't think he'll be on.
Yeah, he'll be in the suite with Roger Goodell.
Yeah, Eminem. You think Eminem make a
for 2 years in a row? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. It seemed like he ain't even won. Apparently, 50 Cent tried to get. Apparently, there was an offer for Eminem and 50 Cent to do something for the World Cup, and Eminem didn't want to. Or I guess 50 Cent talked to Eminem's manager, and he was like, "Yeah, he's not going to do it." So I'm sure it was like pulling teeth. You know, Eminem only agreed to do the halftime show if 50 Cent could come. So it was probably like pulling teeth to even get Eminem to show up for the halftime show in the first place. So I doubt he's not going to do 2 in a row.
Yeah, I agree. Rihanna got a song with Young Jeezy. You think
Young Jeezy not coming to the halftime show.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj.
That would be cool to see.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna happen, but that would be a cool, like, you know, black women coming together moment.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen Slay, whatever the fuck they be saying. You know, that could be one of them moments. You know, so maybe I could see it happening. Yeah. That would be nice to see. That would be nice to see Nicki Minaj and Rihanna up there.
Yeah. What about Future?
No, I don't see Future coming to the halftime show.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty much it. She do got a song with ASAP Rocky. I don't even know what the song sound like, but
no, some old bullshit. But yeah.
What about this? So Kanye won't be a part of this. Won't be on this, but she did have a song with Kanye and Paul McCartney. You think it's a
I could
possibility?
see Paul McCartney coming out or something. Like, they
Yeah,
always got to bring out a legacy. Well,
yeah,
at least they used to have to
yeah,
bring out like some. I remember when who was it? I can't remember, but I know Adam Levine's set was weird because they brought out Big Boy and shit. And it's like, what the fuck? They're just
yeah,
trying to hit every demographic here. Like, what's
yeah,
going on, man? Big Boy from Outkast came out for Adam the
yeah,
Maroon 5 halftime show.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I could see like some legendary rock star like Steven Tyler or Slash, and then some newer act. I could see Calvin Harris or something. I could see Nicki Minaj. So yeah, it's
That might be a
possible.
good one because I think she got the song with Calvin Harris. I think
Yeah,
that's one. Yeah, so I can see that. I can
I
see
can
him.
see Calvin Harris.
Yeah,
I can see maybe fucking Madonna. I know she did a halftime show before, but maybe they want to do it extra big, bring her out.
yeah,
I don't know. Could be a pop extravaganza.
it could. Yeah,
Any big pop star could be somebody who could make a surprise appearance for the Rihanna halftime show. Who knows? We'll just have to see.
yeah,
So yeah, on to let's get into some topics, man. Some things that happened this week. Now I want to hear this Stephen A. Smith because I've been hearing about it. This Stephen A. Smith Rihanna thing that got social media all upset. These are very strong fan bases on Twitter, on social media, period.
yeah,
The Rihanna Navy. I don't know why they call themselves the Navy. I don't get that.
yeah.
Because was it because Rihanna was in Battleship?
I hope not. I hope that ain't the reason.
I don't think Rihanna was in that fucking Battleship movie.
Yeah, we might have discovered something. Maybe that was the real reason why.
Why Navy? I know like they had BTS as like the Army, so maybe they just wanted to something else. They couldn't be the Army; it had to be the Navy. But
Yeah,
what if it's because she was in Battleship? So she was. I forget what. I never saw that movie. I don't know what she did in it, but I just know she was in it,
yeah,
and it looked terrible. But so yeah, apparently Stephen A. Smith got in. Do you have this clip ready?
yeah. I got it ready. I got it ready.
Apparently there was some controversy about something. He's on a book tour, by the way, because he
Yeah,
had a book come out. He actually missed first take. He on a Monday after
yeah,
playoff games.
yes,
He was there for 30 after the wild card NFL playoffs. He was there for 30 minutes and he left for his book tour. And I'm
man.
like, damn,
I
man.
wish I could be like Stephen A. Man.
Right? Just do whatever, man. You
Yeah.
fucking act on soap operas, be on General Hospital 1 week,
Yes,
do a
do it.
book tour the next week.
Yes, and look, man. I know the brother work hard, but do it seem like to you that he don't really work as hard now? It just everything just seems so easy. He be rocking the suits. He just be walking. I'm
You be
sure.
late to work.
Yes, he probably already have his opinions together. So he just walk
Mhm.
in the show prep and be like, "Yeah, we can talk about that. Yep, that's cool with me," and just go on set. It ain't because you could tell some people that really be working their ass off.
Mhm.
But Stephen A seemed like he got to the point where he don't have to work his ass off anymore. Everything is just set.
I think, I mean, I don't know how much research he does. I'll put it like that.
Yeah,
I'm sure when he goes home, like he watches sports, but
yeah,
he's not like taking notes
yeah,
and writing stats down. Like I know that's one thing Skip does. Skip actually like takes a lot of notes and shit, and he tries to present those as fact with his bullshit opinions as well. But I mean, I have to say he works hard just because I always see him on TV.
yeah,
He's always on doing something, man. Whenever news breaks, no matter what the time, you always gonna have Stephen A. Smith somewhere in the mix
yeah.
doing a live hit on ESPN.
And see, that's my reason why I feel like he don't work as hard. Like maybe he got a team behind him that just, you know, come up with, I don't want to say come up with his opinions, but kind of put everything out there together where he don't have to do anything but just jump in front of a mic or jump in front of a camera. Because it's like if he like all the stuff he do, man, you couldn't be walking around in the suit all day. He would be sitting there researching all day long. He would be sitting there trying to gather stuff together. He just do so much. I just don't see how he had the time to even study anything.
I don't think he does. And yeah, ESPN, they do have people like compiling all that stuff for them so they don't have to. He does. I'm sure he doesn't do any kind of real research, but he has his opinions. But yeah, I mean, I can't say he don't work hard because he's on TV a lot. He does a lot of stuff, and he does a lot of interviews. He's been on this whole book tour thing in the midst of like the busiest sports time on ESPN with the NFL playoffs going on.
With the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Yes, his mortal enemy, the Cowboys.
Yes.
And that should be must-see TV, and he left TV, do his book tour. So, yeah, I mean, I think he works hard, but I don't know. It's just, you could tell his brain is fried sometimes because sometimes he'd just be saying shit that's flat out wrong. And sometimes he just be looking lost when somebody else is talking. So I think he's stretched himself too thin at sometimes. I thought it was a huge stretch when they ESPN did UFC coverage and they had him doing UFC stuff. It's like, that's not your sport, man.
Yeah, they working him to the bone, man.
Yeah. There was a boxing there was a clip of him falling asleep right next to Andre Ward in some fucking during some boxing match, man. And it's like, yeah, this boxing is not Stephen A. Smith's sport, man. Like, why y'all trying to make this man do everything on ESPN? But then they pay him a lot, so whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I think they paying him like $10 million a year or something.
Yeah.
And so they got him doing everything. If it's a soccer match, they probably gonna have him.
Yes, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But he mentioned once that for some reason they had him on the ABC coverage of the Oscars, the Academy Awards. So I guess he found out that he was going to be doing it pretty late because he said he had to go home and watch like every nominated movie back to back to back in one night. Like, why are you gonna have Stephen A. Smith commenting on the Academy Awards, man?
Yeah.
Like, and talking with the same energy he brings to Cowboys Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Some shit. You know, Jared Leto should have won Actor of the Year.
I don't know why Beyonce's not nominated.
Chris Hemsworth has had an underrated season, okay? He's been in 5 movies, all hits. Give the man his flowers. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't have Stephen A. Smith do everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting to the point, we got to hear. I want to hear what he said about Beyonce and Rihanna that got everybody upset.
All right.
Know this. Rihanna.
Really?
Rihanna.
Right.
Rihanna is going to be. I'm very excited. Are you excited for this halftime show?
I don't want to say I'm not excited. She's fantastic. That's not where I'm going with this.
Okay, where you going?
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a lot of things. She's spectacular, actually.
Yes.
And congratulations on new mamahood.
Yes.
There's one thing she's not.
She
ain't Beyonce.
I know she's not Beyonce, but wait a minute. Hold up.
Jules just threw over her chair. Okay.
Got everybody pissed off. And I don't know if you've seen this one, but he actually made an apology.
Oh,
Did
my
you see
goodness. I heard he apologized, but I didn't see it. So pull that up too. But I mean, are we gonna act like what he said wasn't correct? Rihanna is not Beyonce. Beyonce still makes music. Like, come on, man. Now you can say it's wrong for him to compare them because that's what people do. You're pitting black women against each other, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But Rihanna is not Beyonce. Rihanna, look, have people seen Rihanna perform? She can't dance, don't really move around like that. I'm sure there will be a huge production for the Super Bowl, but she's not Beyonce. I thought that was actually a okay take by him.
Yeah, see, the only problem I have with that is I agree. She's not Beyonce. Honestly, I think they're a little close, but it's not Beyonce. I just think he didn't have to bring that up.
Yeah, I agree.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the she didn't ask who's better between Beyonce.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
he went to hot take mode for no reason.
Yes, he didn't have to do it. He didn't have to do it, and to show you that he don't know how much of a hive Rihanna got.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he just didn't have to do it. He could have said, "Yeah, I love Rihanna. I think she's spectacular. Shout out to her. I think it's gonna be a good halftime show." He could have left it at that.
Mm-hmm.
But for the simple fact, him said all this good stuff about her, but she ain't Beyonce. That just, to me, I think he didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
That's the only problem I have. And I wish I could find the clip of him saying, remember the one clip he be like, "Why you didn't have to go there? I mean, you're not wrong."
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. Yeah.
That would be the perfect clip he need, man. Because, like I said, he's not wrong, but he didn't have to say it. He swung at a wild pitch. So that's my only gripe with this. But he made the apology on his own. I don't think it wasn't I don't think ESPN forced him to apologize or nothing, but I think he decided to apologize. So I'm gonna play a little clip of this.
Okay.
He went for like 3 minutes.
Oh wow.
So,
3 minutes on Rihanna.
Yeah, they must have really got to him. So here is Stephen A. Smith apologizing.
I just got out of a first take and I saw some headline that's circulating all over the place about my quote that Rihanna ain't Beyonce. See, I'm going to own it. I know what y'all trying to do, but I'm going to own it because I get paid to speak for a living, so I need to be more careful. I want Rihanna to know you're a superstar. You're sensational. You're spectacular. You're no joke. And you are a worthy person to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Having said all of that, I was answering a question from Sherry Shepherd, who took over the Wendy Williams show and now got her own thing going. And I'm very proud of her.
Yes.
And she asked me with a bunch of sisters in the audience what she asked me. Now, I'm a Beyonce fan. I think that Beyonce is not only a phenomenal performer, the phenomenal performer. And the only reason any kind of comparison came into play is because Beyonce performed at halftime of the Super Bowl, not just by herself, but one separate Super Bowl performance with Bruno Mars and Coldplay. And I thought those were two of the greatest shows that I've ever seen. So what I'm saying is anybody has to measure up to that. Last year, with Snoop and Dre and Mary J and Eminem, I was like, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Coldplay, big time. They got to measure up to that. Anybody who does Super Bowl halftime show, forever I'm going to say Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Coldplay, and then Beyonce by themselves.
Wait, stop the fucking. Who mentions those as the greatest halftime performances of all time? Coldplay?
Yes.
I forgot Coldplay even did the halftime show, man. What the fuck? Yeah. Bruno Mars, I kind of forgot that too. I know it was a big deal when it happened, I'm sure, but I don't even remember it, honestly. When you think of the list of best halftime shows, people automatically go Michael Jackson, then they go Prince, then they'll probably go Lady Gaga, Beyonce, one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who says Coldplay.
Yeah, and if that was this argument from the beginning, why didn't he say she ain't no Coldplay?
Right. Because he would look really stupid.
Yes. Well, he knew what he was doing, man. He at the time because he know people always compare Beyonce and Rihanna.
Yes.
So
he was trying to be spicy on the Sherry Shepherd show.
Yes, he forgot there was a studio audience in there. He used to be on first date where there ain't no damn audience. That's what I think that was. But he knew what. Come on, man. He knew what he was doing, and they're gonna try to apologize, or talk, or try to explain, talking about he comparing them because of their Super Bowl performances. That don't even make no damn sense.
First Take has been this is not even like the most recent, well, it is the most recent fuck up, but Stephen A. Smith has just been losing it lately. Like the whole thing, I caught that whole thing about Dana White as well, how he was tripping over himself, making it him and Molly.
Yeah.
Molly surprised me the most.
Yes.
She fucking straight up, they basically brought the cape out the first time.
Yes.
Talking about how I know Dana, I don't judge people in their worst moments.
Oh,
I'm not a part of cancel culture. She hit him first, by the way. So everybody just keep your hands to yourself. And then like a few days later, after everybody raked them over the coals, she came out with her pitchfork and said he needs to be punished by Endeavor. And everybody got her quotes wrong. Nah, we heard you. It was like a 5-minute long segment and we heard every word you said. So, and now this, like,
yeah,
they're losing it, man.
Yeah, it show you, man. Like, to me, we ain't talk about that Dana White stuff either, or the First Take stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that show you that they in bed with him, man. And I don't mean that literally, but they're doing business with him. Because if it was Ray Rice or some NFL player, she'll be talking about he need to be out the league and all this other stuff. But when it's him, there's like, oh, he's a friend of mine. And I know him personally, and she hit him first. That would not have came out her mouth if it was an NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that show you where we are or who we are. I'm not just saying her, but us, me, you, we all kind of do that. When, you know, if it's somebody we don't know, we gonna say put them under the jail. If it's somebody we know personally, it's like, well, he made a mistake. And, you know, people make mistakes. We can't, you know, that show you that's how we are. So that's why I hate when people try to take the high road whenever they, you know, let's say they talking about Deshaun Watson. They try to take the high road. Yeah, you taking the high road because he don't want to play for here no more.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so it's easy to do that. But when if it's a fan favorite player that still want to be in Houston? When if it's Jose Altuve? Then you gonna show that same energy, or you gonna be like, oh no, that's Jose Altuve. He's such a sweet guy. And so I was shocked when First Take did that, man. I wasn't really shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was more shocked than Molly, but I was surprised that went on like that. How much they was caping.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I thought Ariel Helwani, he was on Dan Le Batard's show like a few days after. He made some good points, like how basically people see the UFC as like a freak show anyway. So they're not going to be held to the same moral high ground that you would hold NBA players and NFL players. These are people who get an occasion fight, man. Like it's really like some savage barbaric shit. So I think when one of them slaps their wife or run over a pregnant woman like John Jones did, hit and run with a pregnant woman in the car, or Conor McGregor fucking throws some shit and injures fighters on a fucking bus. Like people just look at it like they're savages anyway. So they're who really cares? But yeah, I mean the fact is that Dana White be hooking them up. He's a very rich man. He be hooking them up with cage side seats. I'm sure he rolls out the red carpet for them whenever they're. Yeah,
he probably got an ESPN deal somewhere.
He does. Well, the UFC does have a deal with ESPN, but yeah. So he be hooking them up. He's very friendly to media people. That's one thing that's like one of the main things that keeps people from criticizing Dana White. He's very media friendly.
Yep.
Except for Ariel, who he hates, but everybody else, he's very friendly to the media. He's always open. That's one thing I heard. I think actually, I was actually working at the station, and one of the producers who's not there anymore at Sports Radio 610 told me he got a media pass to cover the UFC event that came to Houston. And he said when he got there, like everybody was super nice, even though he wasn't like a real reporter. or like everybody was super nice. Dana White was super nice, shook his hand. The fighters were all very cooperative and nice.
Man.
And it's like, see, that's how they get them, man.
Yep.
Dana White is smart. He knows he needs the media on his side.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very nice, very cordial, probably goes out and gambles with these guys, treats them like buddies.
Yeah.
You know, so of course they're not going to come out with the pitchforks when he does something and gets caught.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Not surprising, man.
Yeah,
it's not surprising.
It's a smart media move. I mean, we kind of see it around here with the Houston Rockets because a lot of the so the GM Rafael Stone is pretty tight with a lot of people on Rockets Twitter. So you see how bad the season is going, and nobody is saying anything about what he's doing because they're cool with him. Everybody's saying fire Steven Silas, which I kind of agree. I think it's time. But ain't nobody talking about the GM because they're all cool with him. So I think that was kind of smart on his part to do that, but I think it's gonna backfire pretty soon.
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. But I mean, yeah, the Rockets are. I don't know what's going on with them, man. They got a lot of issues, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I saw Mike Meltzer point that out. He said that was one of the strangest things he's ever seen in Houston is how people aren't criticizing Rafael Stone enough. I'm like, I guess you ain't been to Bissonnette before. But one of the strangest things you've seen in Houston in your whole time here is how nobody is criticizing Rafael Stone. All right.
Yeah.
But so that's the Rihanna thing. Like, there was no reason for him to go there at all. I didn't think the take itself was wrong, but it was very extra. And it seemed like he was just being sassy for no reason. He tried to play it off like he was asked to compare them.
Yeah.
Like the clip is out there, man. She lobbed you a softball. Yeah, he was swinging for the fences like it was fucking MLB or some shit.
Yeah, man. He was trying to play first take. I think he used to it.
Yeah.
Where, hey, I like this person. All right, I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that person. I think he was trying to play that a little bit to try to get the really.
Yeah.
And I think the key thing is because a lot of people were saying how, oh, he shouldn't have to apologize. Ain't nobody forced him to apologize. He apologized on his own. ESPN didn't make him apologize on first take.
Mm-hmm.
So he got that smoke, and so he felt like he had to go out there because he knew it sounded crazy. So
yeah. DP Lou said they need Dende at the Super Bowl. Yeah, they do need Dende at the Super Bowl, man. Dende, shout out to Dende. We gotta get Dende back on, man. That was a fun interview.
Yeah, we got to get him up there. I think he just released a project too.
So. Word.
Yeah.
And HRW S1. I'm gonna call you HRW. I'm gonna call look, nigga, y'all need real names up in here, man. Okay. I be trying to shout y'all out, but I have no idea what to call you. HRW says, sup, fellas. Hearing that too, but didn't Stone get Rockets out of the Harden mess? I mean, he had no choice but to do that.
Yeah. I don't think it was like a Nick Casario thing where nobody wanted him and he had cases and all that stuff. I think that was an easy deal. He got the best what he could get from it. But just look at the team, man. I think it was rumors of him. We seen the John Wall interview.
Yeah.
John Wall pretty much said the coach told him that they were starting Kevin Porter Jr. at point guard. And he was coming off the bench, and that was out of his hands. That it wasn't his idea; it was coming from the front office. That right there show you how crazy that is. Like the coach was sitting there telling John Wall, like, "Yeah, I agree, but it's coming from upstairs."
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good look, man.
Yeah. So what do you think about? Oh, we see Tab says real names like Taylor Bell. What's up, Tab, aka Taylor Bell? What's going on, dog? Glad to have you in the chat as well. So we can get into that too, man. What were your thoughts on that, John Wall? I didn't see the whole thing. I heard it was pretty good, but I didn't see the whole John Wall interview. But what did you think about his comments about James Harden, about the Rockets, about them losing on purpose, about how they wouldn't even be in the league if they were playing like this on some teams. And what do you think about that whole? Do you think he was being a chatty patty, or do you think he had some valid points?
I think he has some valid points, man. Like I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's just a sorry former star point guard just complaining. What is he doing now and all that stuff." But remember when he came off of injury in Washington and they traded him for Russell Westbrook. So I thought he was gearing up to play with James Harden, and I think he thought the same thing. And so yeah, so I think he was being 100% honest, man. Could he been better? Probably so. But I think he was being 100% honest. He yeah, no, I was cracking up when he was, I guess, when he landed in Houston. And he hit up James Harden. He said he about to go to Atlanta for a little baby birthday party. I'm like, I know that damn sure ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. He's telling the truth with that. And then he said, "Hey, you want me? You can fly with me." He like, nigga, what? like, I ain't about to do all that. So it seemed like James Harden had no problem with John Wall, but that was James Harden being James Harden. And I think he wanted out anyway. So he was just being James Harden. But as far as the other comments from John Wall, I don't think, to me, I don't believe anybody in the front office told anybody, the coaches and all that stuff, to, hey, you got to tank. Like, we're tanking the season. I just don't believe that. I think somebody would get in a lot of trouble if that was actually the words they used. But if the front office wanted to start Kevin Porter Jr. over John Wall and told John Wall he'll probably get like 15 minutes or some games he won't play, to me, I feel like that's tanking because you're not playing the best player. And I felt like John Wall was the best player. And the crazy part about it is I think the Rockets would have still been bad. It's not like if he would have played, they would have been in the middle of the pack. I think they still could have been bad. Maybe it would have been probably a little more entertaining to watch, but you probably could have traded John Wall, got something back for him, and you could have left on good terms. But I totally believe John Wall, man. He might have been exaggerating a little bit when it comes to he wanted to practice and all this stuff, and they told him not to come to practice, not to be around the team, and he had to go to the gym before 7 a.m. to practice and before the team get there. And I think he might have been a little exaggerating a little bit. I think part of that was him saying, screw it, I ain't about to come if y'all ain't about to play me. So I think he might have been dressing up the story a little bit on those parts, but I think the overall thing, I think he was being 100% honest.
Yeah. And look, man, all I could do was sit back and laugh a little bit. Everybody who was excited for the Rockets tank, excited for the new core, it's just like, look what y'all have now, man. Y'all wanted this tank. Y'all wanted the tank for when everybody wanted the tank for Wembanyama, however you say his name, Victor
Wembanyama or
whatever. Everybody wanted the tank for him at the beginning of the season. Now the tank is too ugly for people. And now you want the coach fired. Nah, the job got to be finished, man. Job's not finished, like Kobe said. Job's not finished. DP Lou goes back to Dende and says, "Before We Crash" is his new EP. Last week he had the third hottest R&B track on Apple Music, Better Than Him, and Tidal made a post about him on the IG page. You can call me Wow This Guy LOL. Okay, Wow This Guy LOL. We gotta check that, man. I didn't know Dende had a new EP out, but congrats to him, man. That's a big look on Tidal, big look on Apple. Happy for him, man.
Yeah, that's my dude. I told him he got to make an intro for us, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. We got to get him on and talk about everything. Talk about Pokemon, talk about music, talk about everything, man. And dude's hilarious. He's a nerd like me, so I feel like we got that vibe, Yeah. And DP Lou also said my bad, you're Wow This Guy. Or
Wild
is,
as hell up.
is
Yeah.
that what you want us to call you?
That's why.
Okay.
That's why I know him by, because he used to always call in on the show on 610.
Okay.
So he'd be like,
Okay.
"Hey, this is wild. This guy, LOL." At
Okay.
first I
So
know-
names change to protect the innocent. We won't call you we see on you on the comments. We'll call you wow, this guy LOL. It says the front office can do what the Texans front office should have done and make roster decisions that help impact the future. Yeah, I thought that's what they were doing or trying to do.
I think. See, they traded James Harden. They had some draft picks. They drafted the players that was there, and they're not really looking good. Jalen Green had like 41 points the last time he played, but before that, man, he's not shooting good at all, man. The brother can't shoot.
the fan base is making bad defense mixtapes about him, man. That's how bad the defense is getting now, dog. It used to be when that viral Harden clip came out, at least that was like the ops doing it. That was people who hated Houston and hated Harden. But this one's come from the fan base, man. They're saying Jalen Green might be the worst defender in the league right now. And that's saying a lot. But I don't know what they can do. Look, this tank is going to be ugly, man. We knew it was going to be ugly. We'll see. I'm hoping they get. Here's a thing, man. I feel like rarely the NBA is trying their damnedest not to award tanking. I always remember how in the midst of like the Philadelphia 76ers going on that legendary tank run, where they would tank, get like the fourth pick, trade the fourth pick for more picks, and then tank again. But they never got the first pick until they fired their GM.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly out of nowhere, they got their first pick, the first overall pick. So I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think the NBA lottery is at least somewhat rigged, and they're not going to award teams that are clearly tanking. So I feel like the Rockets will not be rewarded for having the worst record in the league by getting Victor #1 overall. So I don't know. We'll
it'd
see.
be interesting, man.
We'll see. But I know the fan base is going through it. I know they're having meltdowns over this season. I know they just lost to the Lakers. It was a close one with the Lakers, which was surprising. But so
they lost to the Hornets, who's the other worst team in the league.
No, every tanking team looks good against the that's the terrible part. The Spurs look good against the Rockets. The Hornets look good against the Rockets. It's ugly. Wow, this guy LOL says the Texans front office shouldn't have let Cooks play last game. We messed around and became the Jets with Zach Wilson. The Jets should have lost to the Rams last week of the season and got Trevor Lawrence, but instead they won and got that's been brought up before. I agree. But I mean, that's on the front office. You put those players out there, they're gonna try to win. Lovie Smith is gonna try to win. So I don't put that on the players or the coach. That's on the front office. They should have made that call. They didn't. So this is where we are. But we'll see. We don't know. We don't know yet, man. We don't know if Bryce Young gonna be the second coming of fucking Peyton Manning. Okay. We don't know these things yet. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. We don't know if you're gonna be Patrick Mahomes, man. We don't know this yet. So pump the brakes a little bit.
Real quick, while we on sports, we ain't gonna stay here long, but do you want Sean Payton or D'Amico Ryans?
D'Amico Ryans. I just don't understand the hype for Sean Payton. Like, do people really think Sean Payton's going to come here? Number one, I've heard. I feel like the national media or local media is trying to talk themselves into believing it. Why would Sean Payton come here?
I think it's a thought. If depending on where he want to go, if he want to just try to go to a team and get right to a Super Bowl ASAP, I would say the Denver Broncos, because that's probably the best chance, because maybe you could revive Russell Wilson and you can, be dope in that division. But if he if he want to get the whole Drew Brees monkey off my back and start fresh and have a go to a team with a bunch of cap money and a bunch of picks and just try to roll with a Bryce Young or CJ Stroud and show people what he could do, then I can see him coming here. I can see it because if they didn't have the cap money or the draft picks, I don't think he would. But they got two first round picks this year and next year, and a lot of draft picks. And a lot of cap money. So I could see it, but honestly, me personally, I just don't know if him and Nick Caserio can work together. Because Sean Payton was the type of coach. I kind of looked at him as like a Bill Belichick type of coach who is heavy into the personnel part. And I felt like Nick Caserio is heavy into the personnel part. So I think the only way this would work if we didn't have like a Nick Caserio, if we had some type of empty GM suit guy, a GM that's in an empty suit, who just do whatever he say, and he and Sean Payton make the decisions. That's the only way I think it will work. But I kind of agree with you. I was a little excited thinking that it was a possibility we could get Sean Payton, but the price, man. I'm not a fan of trading any draft picks for a head coach. I just don't see it, and I think it's reports out there saying that the Saints want like John Gruden type of a haul for him. And I'm like, I'm not paying no 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick for a head coach. To me, that's ridiculous. And he want like $25 million a year. Like, nah, I'm good, man. Look, man. He could be an offensive genius all he want, but he only got the 1 Super Bowl. And their team and the Saints always folded in the playoffs. Like every single time, man, outside of that 1 Super Bowl. So I don't know, man. I think he a good coach. I just don't think he that good of a coach where I'm trading a first round pick for him. I think that's crazy. That's when I was out on it.
Yeah, number one, you don't want to trade the pick. Number two, I just don't believe, like, if you were Sean Payton and you had your pick of teams to go to, why would you pick Houston? Like, he's still under contract with the Saints, who are right there to win this division this year, by the way. The Buccaneers wanted with 8-9. The Saints were 7-10. So they were right there. Why would you go to a team that only won like 3 games, man? and with a team that's clearly better in their division with the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Like,
he pretty much quit. It wasn't like he got fired from there. He stepped back.
He quit. He sat on the couch and did analysis and relaxed. Yeah. Why would he come stress himself out in this organization, man? I just don't get why people think he would come here or that is realistic. It's not going to happen, man. But I want D'Amico, nice hometown dude who played with the team. I think there's a incentive for him to turn this whole thing around. I would like to see that. But yeah, Sean Payton ain't coming here, man. Come on now. Wow, this guy LOL says, what price would you pay as far as draft capital for Trey Lance? What's the last round in the a 10th overall 10th pick? Right, something in the later rounds. Man, Trey Lance, I'm not a believer in him, dog. I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to go from Davis Mills to Trey Lance. All right, we need somebody who we know can play the quarterback position a little better than that. So
I think if we do get D'Amico Ryans, I think it's a big possibility that Jimmy Garoppolo could come here. And I'm good with Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not saying he a superstar or nothing, but he played all right in San Francisco. So that's better than Davis Mills. So I could see that possibly happening. That's if they don't draft a quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not in on Trey Lance, man. I'm sorry. I don't want him here. Nah, he ain't. I saw him play last year. Nah. While this guy LO also says chance of D'Amico going defense in the draft and bringing Lance with him. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
I can see him going defense and bringing Garoppolo with him. I can see that.
Yeah, I don't see him bringing Trey Lance or making a move for Trey, but who knows? And Drunk says Trey Lance played like a scared stray dog. He also says, I love D'Amico Ryan, but y'all need an offensive coach in Houston, I feel like. Yeah, we definitely do, man. We tried with the defense with Lovie Smith. It didn't work. So yeah, we need an offense, number one. We need a quarterback. We need everything, man. Okay. I don't know where to start at this point. We know we have a running back. That's really about it.
And honestly, we need another one, man.
Yes, we do. We need more depth at the running back position. So look, the Texans need everything at this point. Okay. They got to build from the bottom up. So they need everything. But you would imagine, like, we got to get the quarterback. If you want this city excited about football, you need a quarterback. Okay, that's just as simple as it is, man. You got to get somebody who can play.
Yeah.
Jenny P says we need a new front office. Oh, that's the mixologist, right?
Oh yeah.
What's up, Joe? What's up? So yeah, we need everything, man. We need everything. We need to build the entire team from the bottom up, and I don't know how we're gonna do it. Madawan Chemist, that's right. What up? You the mixologist of the podcast, man. So yeah, we need a lot of help. So I don't know, but draft coming up. After, of course, everything settles out. Have you been watching the NFL playoffs, man? You've been excited about them?
Yeah, man. This week is going to be a crazy week, man.
It will be.
You got the Giants versus the Eagles. That's crazy though. I've been seeing a bunch of Eagle fans and Giants fans just going back and forth. This is New York versus Philly.
Yeah.
Like, it don't get no more East Coast than that. Like, even if it was like the Jets versus the Patriots, that's cool. But nah, this don't get no more East Coast than New York versus Philly. That's gonna be a fun matchup. And then shoot, the Cowboys and the 49ers. That's a legendary matchup right there. Mm-hmm. They had their battles in the 90s. So it should be fun, man.
Yeah, we'll see. Drunk says, whatever y'all do, don't take CJ Stroud. Bryce Young, yes. We're not going to get Bryce Young, man. I would imagine the Bears going to trade that pick and somebody else going to take him. So, yeah, that dream is dead as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Funny thing is, with a good draft, y'all can easily win a division. Man, I don't know. The Jaguars heated up and they beat the Texans' ass late in the season. I think they're going to be even better next year, barring injury. I don't know if the division is just up for grabs like that.
But the Titans and the Colts ain't. I don't know what they're going to be next year, man. They look awful this year. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Mad Wine Chemist says the last time we drafted a QB before we had an O-line that didn't work well for us. Yeah, true. You need the O-line first, but look, we just need everything. Isn't next year's QB draft better?
A lot of people ask that. Yeah, Caleb Williams from USC. Everybody keeps saying he's better. And the weird part about it is a lot of fans kept saying tank for next year. Tank for that. Nick Caserio can't afford to tank.
Yeah, he can't.
He will be out of here. So I think most likely he probably going to draft a quarterback, or he got to make a move for established quarterback. There's no way he could just be focused on next year draft.
Yeah,
Buddy ain't gonna be here.
Gonna fire another head coach, man. What's going on here? You may get another black head coach and fire him. I can't imagine that. D'Amico Ryan's fired after 1 year.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
The world will turn upside down at that point, man.
They gonna Photoshop a clan robe over Toro, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be rough. So yeah, no, they can't tank next year. They got to try to put something together on the field, but we'll see. Who knows? I don't know what's happening anymore, man. Sports are crazy. I can't call it, but we will see a lot going down. Exciting weekend of football. Cowboys 49ers like it's fucking 1995. It'll be interesting to see them face off in the playoffs again, man. So, yeah, good times to be watching the NFL, of course. I forgot what podcast this is for a second, man. We did a long
first take.
Yeah, this was the first take. I mean, look, not a whole lot happening in hip hop and all that, so we had to make a long tangent for sports. Plus, we had the people chiming in. I know y'all heavy into Houston sports on the comment line, so we had to get our 2 cents in and all that stuff. So, with all that being said, other headlines this week that caught our eye. Did you see the video of Young Thug in court being passed what we now know was drugs by his co-defendant and immediately getting caught with it?
I seen that.
So what are your thoughts about this, man? Because of course Young Thug's lawyer is saying he had no idea what this was, and he did receive it, but he immediately gave it up. Apparently, the co-defendant went to the hospital because he tried to swallow most of the drugs he had. But apparently, there was like it was a bag of Percocet. I think there was some weed in there too. And yeah, and this is the guy who's in the RICO case, but apparently he also is doing life for a murder. So he ain't getting out anytime soon. But Figgy, do you think Mr. Jeffrey, part of YSL, the label, not the gang, allegedly, do you think he had no idea about this drug pass off, or do you think he requested it from his man?
Look, I'll say this. I'm a say he had no idea, because I know Young Thug can't be that stupid. Just try to get his man to pass him something.
Now, you
and
sure?
all daylight, man. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the because this was the dumbest thing I've seen in a long time, man. I couldn't believe it, to the point I thought maybe the lawyer was trying to do something. Maybe they trying to play chess or something, where I don't know what it was, but I was trying to think every possible scenario why that happened. And I'm like, man, I know these dudes just ain't that stupid, because he just randomly walked right up there. It just passed him. So like, who wouldn't? Like, everybody in that courtroom probably like, what did he give him? That guy, like that, to me, that was insane. I was mind blown when I seen that. I'm like, damn, it's like, it wasn't nothing slick about it. It'd be one thing if, the lawyer went up to the person or something like that, and then the lawyer, passed him a note or something. It wasn't even that, man. I couldn't believe it, man. I know. Look, I hope everything work out. I hope everything work out. But if he that stupid, man, he deserved to go to jail, man. Because if they being reckless like that in court, I can't even imagine how reckless they's being when they wasn't going through this trial. So, man, I was mind blown when I seen that, and I was really trying to figure out a way to see why they would do something like that. Maybe it was something over my head, but I couldn't think of nothing, man.
Nigga want a Percocet, man. Like, I think it's that simple.
Let me walk past the judge and the lawyer.
He thought nobody was looking.
Yeah, let me walk past the bailiff and the security guards and the sheriff to give them this pill that I probably shouldn't have in this room, and give it to a guy that's on trial. Man, that's why. Was that the only way to do it?
I mean, yeah. But I really couldn't believe this, man. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a prank tweet. I had to check the source, and it's a real reporter's thing doing this. Was he hacked? But then I saw the video, and I was like, holy shit, I couldn't believe it, man. This is like something straight out of, people say the Boondocks all the time, but this is like legit some shit off the Boondocks, or some kind of comedy skit, some Chappelle Show skit about a rapper on trial. Like, how could you think you could get away with some shit like this, man? Like it was amazing that they even attempted this, and
Yeah.
it what a wild ass.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be just a trial filled with. It's already been filled with fuckery. We got the judge reading lyrics.
Yes.
We got Young Thug freshly braided up somehow. we got memes and shit already, and now we got a attempted pass off a Percocet and weed in the middle of court,
In the
right in front of the fucking guards and shit. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a trial filled with fuckery and just insanity, man. It ain't even start yet. I think they're still doing jury selection. So it's gonna be wild.
This is something I expect in the show Power.
Yes, and if it happened, you'd be like, man, come on.
Yeah, they would have got away with it. Like, oh yeah, let me talk to the person on trial real quick. Okay, all right, sorry about that, Judge. Everybody check and see what was going on. That's what it seemed like he attempted to do, but nah, buddy, this ain't Power. This ain't Courtney Kemp writing.
Yes, I can't. Yeah, I have no other words for it, man. It was a really ridiculous thing to see happen in court, but this is what this YSL case is gonna be, man. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
You see somebody that I think they skipped or they missed jury selection or something like that because they was on vacation.
And I didn't see that, but that's hilarious too.
Yeah, I think the judge made them write like a 24-page, I guess, report or something like that for missing.
He gave him homework.
Yes. Yeah. Look at the.
I did. I remember that because he said something like, back in the day, black people weren't even allowed to be on juries.
Yeah.
So some shit like that. I do remember that now. Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, they made him write or him or her write a 24-page report on, I guess, I don't know, on why it's important or something like that. I'm like, man, what? 24 pages is wild, man.
This dude, I feel this judge is like, he's doing too much, man. Is he trying to be like the Lance Ito of the OJ judge or some shit, man? Trying to be all up in the papers about this case.
All up in the videos.
All up in the videos. Yeah, I don't know, man. But the judge is doing a lot, man. He needs to calm down too. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out. Other things that happened this week. You see this what's this thing about Young Miami and P Diddy?
P Diddy?
Yeah, we did their P Diddy. She's saying she likes to get peed on by Diddy.
Well, she didn't. She ain't say that. So I'm gonna find the clip so I can play it. But her on her show, Carisha, I think Carisha Please.
Mm-hmm.
She had Trina on there, and Trina pretty much I guess she picked some type of card, and I think they asked if they she liked golden showers, and she did. She didn't say Diddy name or anything like that, but I think people assume that Diddy be doing that to her because they're currently together.
So wait, she said she likes golden showers?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It reminds me.
I was kind of shocked hearing that from her.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not surprised, but I remember the Kevin Gates interview. I think that came up as well. Kevin Gates said he likes a girl just pee, and then he said something super nasty. He said one time when they were driving, he had a girl pee in a cup and he drank it. Did you see?
I see that. Oh, I did. I think I did. I did remember that.
Rappers are fucking disgusting, man. Like, this is why we need to end hip hop, dog. We've gone too far in rap. What's going on with these rappers?
I don't know, man. They getting. Remember, it was a big deal when Lil Wayne was rapping about eating box.
Yes, because every rapper pretended like they didn't back in the day.
Yes, every rapper was juvenile.
I love pussy, but I ain't licking.
Yeah. And then Lil Wayne came out. I like our long hair. Yeah.
Yep. So let's hear what these birds talking about.
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shower if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak. Freak of the week, huh? So you say take a shot. You say take a shot. Oh,
yeah, I take a shot.
You like golden showers?
I do.
But like peeing on you,
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just too.
I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, one more thing. I need something a little. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never had a golden shower.
I did.
Wow.
Did you? I've never had a golden shower. Like I've given one. Oh, is that the same thing as squirting or?
Yeah, they say that. I don't know, but I don't had to go to shower and I like.
I give them golden shower, but I've never experienced that. I'm all about trying new things though.
I pee on Trina.
Yeah, like, you know when you was drunk and
they just peeing all over your body.
You just like pee in your butt, pee in your pussy.
She's trying to normalize it.
It depends. Like you can pee on me in the shower. You can pee on me like once you come in. Like it just depends.
Yeah, it looked like she enjoyed this.
Damn.
She's getting turned on talking about it.
Right? She's there like it's like she's trying to normalize it. Yeah. Well, you know, like what normal circumstances a motherfucker just gonna pee on you.
Yes.
Okay. But to each their own, man. To each their own. I knew one of my homies used to told me like getting peed on by girls. I'd understand it. I don't like pee, man. That shit smells funny.
Yeah, I expect it from a like a guy liking it. Like I'm not down with it, but I would get because guys are a little weird too.
Yeah.
I can see that coming from a guy because shit, it's guys out there that be loving to sniff panties and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So getting peed on don't really, shock me. I was shocked that she liked to get peed on. Like being a woman, that I was kind of shocked at that because at first I thought she was talking about, she liked doing it, but I was like, damn, that's strange.
See, everybody was trying to get R. Kelly out the paint for that at first.
He was ahead of his time.
He was. Look, that JT said she wanted R. Kelly to rape her. Okay, I guess in a long since deleted tweet.
Yeah.
So. Look, man. Look, it's some freaky shit, but I don't judge nobody. Like there's worse things to do. That shit is where the line has to be absolutely drawn. Okay, anything like that, the BDSM shit, I don't get. The fucking torture, like fucking beating, hitting people with paddles and shit. I ain't in all that, tying bitches up and shit, man. Yeah. But I mean, P is, I guess, on the level of freakiness. A golden shower is not that super freaky. It's a natural body function, and like she mentioned, like if you getting squirted on, you don't know what the fuck that is. So that ain't gonna stop no show for us men. We're gonna be like, ugh, and jump out the pussy. So it's what it is.
Yeah.
So
did you see this? I think this happened last year, but did you see what Glorilla is into?
I saw it on the rundown. I didn't hear her talk about it.
You want to hear her talk about it?
Yeah, let's go. While we're already down this road, so we might
as well get it
keep
on
going.
Yeah. But yeah, these girls into some freaky stuff, man.
It's a new age, man. I think porn has like really changed people.
Yeah.
Glorilla shares the nastiest thing she's done in the bedroom. Okay, let's hear it on Angela Yee's show.
Nasty too, you think? If people were like, if I had to say about Glorilla in bed, she is nasty.
Y'all
freaky.
be doing some nasty, like I do some shit that I never heard of.
Like what?
We need the examples.
Okay, so y'all do drink nut, right?
Yeah, everybody swallow.
Okay,
we just say swallow. Drink nut sound
like,
nasty.
Drink nut does sound nasty.
I
actually just think about what she said. I swallow. I don't drink nut. But go ahead.
But I'm looking forward to
like same thing. It's just so corny to me. Oh my God. But it's like
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
it's some weird shit. But okay, say we just got done eating, right? Don't worry about it.
No, just tell us. You too far in now.
Yeah.
All right, so say we just got done eating, then we had sex right after. And some food, and I'm gonna still eat it. So if you been like none of my food, I'm gonna eat.
It's like dressing.
It is. My fries real quick, and I'm gonna eat it.
None of my fries.
That is crazy. I've never even thought to do that.
On the scale of 1 to 10, how weird is that?
I mean,
all right, so let's localize it real quick. Your girl said, let's say y'all just went out to eat. Y'all bring back the doggy bag. Y'all get it on, and she said, "Hey, I want you to go all over my food so I can eat it."
I mean, I would do it, but I'd also be laughing the whole time. Like it would just be super funny to me, like doing on a taco or some shit. But I mean, look, it's going inside one way or the other, so it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, look, man. Honestly, look, I'm starting to think maybe these right-wing people who want to ban porn are onto something at sometimes, because I think our minds have been mutilated by porn, dog. This is something you'd see in like some hardcore porn, basically,
Yeah.
and now people just do it like it's normal. Like I read some report about an increased number of women who are having problems in their anus because of they're doing anal sex a lot, and now they're having like issues medically. And it's like, look, your dick ain't supposed to go in there. So it's all porn has made us deranged and just. And look, I admit I've been like I've seen some crazy shit. I've done some crazy shit, but I think for the betterment of mankind, we got to like rein back on the porn, man, because I think our minds have become desensitized to crazy shit, and it's too much. It's too much. Our brains are fried. So
yeah.
HRW says only kiss on the cheek afterwards. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just sitting here thinking about her just chomping on some fries with some semen on it, just like it's fucking ketchup or some shit, man.
Dog, you realize like some of these women be doing this shit and then just go about their day afterwards?
Yeah.
Like think about all the women you hug. Think about all the women you be talking to.
I think about that all the time. You know how you be out and somebody, hey, what's up? And then you might be a little tipsy and they give you a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
I wonder where
yeah. Think about all the like you've been back when your single days of the women you made out with randomly, like in a club or wherever. You don't know where their mouth had been, dog.
Yeah.
You don't know what they just finished doing.
Yes. And I'm kind of glad I'm out the game because I don't want to sound like an old man, but back in my day, nobody was into all of this freaky shit, man. So it was just eating box, having sex all type of different ways. So now like you got the crew that's eating ass.
Yeah.
You got all type of stuff. You got women eating ass and all type of stuff. It's just like, man, this is a whole different game now. It's a young man's game now.
Hey, y'all got it. It's a young man's game now. Yeah. It's nasty, man. HRW says crazy ish beyond C-bait, chatterbait. Yeah, chatterbait's the plug, man, for crazy free shit you can see. But that's a wild place too, man. Dre Eagle says somebody done kissed you on the cheek and their bottom lip a whole daycare. Yeah, you gotta think about these things, man. You really gotta think about these things when you because I know some women I've worked with have told me some crazy stories about how they just be fucking wild, getting nutted on, and then going right to work. Like, not showering, not nothing. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Do you
Fab
ever
says,
do
I'm
you ever
glad I'm
think
married. Shit crazy.
yeah, do you ever think about somebody you hug and be like, damn, I wonder who was all up on this?
So I try not to, man. I try not to, but you have to keep that in mind, man. Like I said, like the making out thing is what really gets me, because I used to make out with random ass chicks, man. Whoever was down, it could be like some fucking bus driver I thought was cute in college. Like some fucking it could be some chick I worked with and she was drunk one night. You don't fucking anybody, man. But
Yeah.
it's like you really think about that. It's you don't know
Yeah.
where them hands been. You don't know where that mouth been, and yeah, it's nasty. So yeah, gotta protect yourself. And yeah, it's a lot going. This world is crazy, man. This porn has rotted our brains in a sense sexually.
Yes. I'm from an era where eating the box was a freaky thing. Like I remember out here sending texts like, "Oh yeah, I'm a freak. I like to eat the box."
Mm-hmm.
And they be like, "Ooh, yeah." Now that's damn near close to missionary at this point.
Dog, that's like high school shit at this point,
Yeah.
man. Yep. Nah, you gotta fucking and it was taboo for black people. Yeah, it was, but now it's like nothing, man. And now I don't know. Expectations just fucked up, man. I think men expect women to be super freaky now, and women expect men to be fucking all day like some porn stars and shit. That's why all these men, young dudes, that's another thing people have been not really talking about a whole lot. Like sexual supplements for men, that used to be for dudes who were old as fuck and couldn't get it up.
Yeah.
Now it's dudes in their 20s buying this shit, man.
Yes.
You got dudes getting Percocet just for the benefits sexually. It ain't like 22 years old, man. You got dudes buying all this gas station dick pills, all this stuff. And yeah, young as fuck, man, because they can't get it up because fucking porn and jerking off and all this stuff is just ruined. Drugs.
Yeah.
Done fucked up they dicks, man. So,
man,
wild world out here. Wild world we're living in. Everybody be safe. Everybody abstain from sex sometimes. You ain't got to always be horny. I know it's hard.
Do you think people, I would like to see the sales of condoms. Is condoms still a thing where, the sales is up, or people just don't give a shit?
I think everybody just raw dog and hoping for the best, man. Like that was already what it was anyway.
Yeah. it was a point where it was like safe sex.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't really hear that no more. I might see a condom commercial once a year or some shit, but I do not see that now, man. I remember walking around with a condom in my wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would make sure I go to the store to get some.
Yes.
Now I'm just like, man, like, do people still do that? Or are you gonna look like a cornball if you pull out a condom?
I think if it's like a random hookup, I'm sure there would have to be a condom involved. But yeah, I mean, women like raw sex too, man. And I think they're done trying to act like they don't. So now it's just plan B is the plan at this point.
Yeah.
Plan B is plan A. There ain't no contraception being used during sex no more, man. Even Drake got caught up. The super careful Drake got caught up. So yeah, porn too accessible now. Yeah, I agree, man. It's everywhere. Can't escape it. And yeah, wild world we're living in.
Damn timeline, man. I could be scrolling, looking on my timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just see some ass and titties just out of nowhere.
Yep.
Like, oh shit! Who retweeted this? So
it's dangerous, man. Get on Instagram up, gotta close it. Watch TV up, gotta close it. Mad Wine Kim has sex. Yeah, safe sex was everywhere in the late 90s. Yeah, even in the rap songs.
Yeah.
Like I said, make sure I got the Jimmy hat on. Shit like that. Keep safe sex. Yeah, everybody, because that was during the HIV scare, to be fair. Everybody was scared of getting HIV. And back then we thought like it was very common that a dude could get it from a woman. Now we know I'm not gonna get into that. But it's like the HIV scare played a huge part into the safe sex movement of the 90s and 2000s in hip hop and rap and all that. But that
Yeah.
is long since gone, man.
Yeah.
Now niggas ain't even scared of HIV no more, man.
No, and
Okay, I
never
hear
heard
all these commercials about treating HIV, so I guess it's not really a problem no more. But yeah,
I don't hear nobody scared of that, man.
right.
If anything, I feel like people just if I get something, I could just take some antibiotics to clean it up.
Yes, niggas.
This how you know this how crazy it is, man. People don't even bat an eye about herpes.
No,
I'm
hell
scared
no.
to hurt. Man, I will be terrified to get herpes, man.
Mhm.
Like that stuff stay with you forever. Like, nah, like that's one of the things what made me wear a condom. Like, I'm not trying to get no, like, I do not want to be known as, having herpes for the rest of my life. To me, that's damn near, it's of course it's not as bad as AIDS, but to me it's up there, man. It's a close second because that's something that's stuck with you forever. So but it seems like people don't even care about that. You see rumors with rappers, people like Young Boy coming out saying I guess he had it. I think he mentioned it, but I'll still say allegedly. But they just coming out saying
the whole industry got herpes, man. Like they all fucking the same people. Like, and we know they got, like, come on, man. They don't have to expose it because I don't really care. But we know they got herpes. Everybody got herpes out here, man, in the entertainment industry. They all fucking the same people. They get to keep the same rotation of women. And we know they ain't using condoms, man. So
yeah,
we know they all got herpes. Whatever. Live your truth, whatever.
Yeah.
But Usher, yeah, I've heard that rumor too. That big woman who came out and said that he gave her herpes. Yeah. So
yeah, that's just wild, man. I just like I said, it's a young man's game.
it is. There's savages out here, man. Really, you got to protect yourself, and yeah, just do what you can because it's a new world. Other things going on this week that we noticed. Let's go with Alec Baldwin is getting he's getting charged with involuntary manslaughter. Of course, he fired that gun that he thought was empty and killed the I think it's photographer who was on the set of his movie Rust that he was making, that he apparently is still trying to make, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he killed that woman. I think he shot somebody else too. And he is being charged with, I think, 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. And yeah, I don't know how it's going to end up. I just think it's interesting because I thought they have finally gotten past this. Alec Baldwin been weird this whole time about this whole thing too. He's been like defiant about how it's not his fault.
Yeah.
And he's been very strange in the way he's acted about it. Didn't seem too remorseful. I think he thinks I heard him mention once that this is like cancel culture.
Yeah.
They're trying to cancel me. You killed somebody, man. You killed somebody on set of a movie. So the HRW said that should be a prop gun. Why does movie set have live bullets? Yeah, I don't understand how a real gun got onto a movie set that was loaded. That whole thing was confusing. But he tried to claim that he didn't pull the trigger, which is the stupidest thing I've heard. Like, the gun didn't shoot itself, man.
Yeah, and I think too, I think the other thing is I think he was like horse playing around and shit. And that's what happened. So I don't know if he meant to do this. I wasn't there, but he just been acting so strange about that because remember, I think a couple months ago it was like the 1 year anniversary of that. And he actually posted that. And mind you, he didn't say anything about this situation on social media. But the first thing he ever said was 1 year ago this happened. And it was like I guess the movie set or something like that. And that was a little strange, man, because he didn't I guess he can't say anything legally wise But for the one thing for you to say on social media was 1 year ago today, and it was that situation. It was kind of strange, man. So look, man, I don't know if this is like the Tory Lanez case where there's so much stuff going on, but something seemed kind of fishy, man.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know if he's actually gonna do any time because, like I said, it's been a while since it's happened, and they're just now charging him. But I mean, somebody got to answer for it. I think there was some kind of settlement a while back. I haven't followed it too closely, honestly, but yeah, it's wild that he just killed somebody and just went on with life like nothing happened.
Yeah,
you know. So
that couldn't have happened with us.
Imagine you shoot and kill somebody at the station, and you just and you keep working at the station.
Yeah, I just go back to work like normal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just wild, man. And you say, hey, we still gonna produce In the Loop every week. Figgy Fig still on the 1s and 2s.
I'm still tweeting like normal. Just going TikToking and all that stuff. Like, what happened?
Yeah, shit's weird. So, yeah, something to keep an eye on. Alec Baldwin, a little bit of hot water, because of that whole situation. Other things, I just saw this before we started the podcast. Apparently, Dr. Umar is being sued by none other than Brett Favre. Apparently, Brett Favre is suing Dr. Umar Johnson for accusing him of stealing from poor people in Mississippi, which I think everybody's accusing Brett Favre of this, but I guess the platform that Dr. Umar has might be bothering people in Brett's camp. I don't know. But apparently he sent a letter, and it's on Dr. Umar's Instagram, from lawyers representing Brett Favre, who sent him like a cease and desist or something about his language towards Brett Favre. And I don't really care about this. I just think it's hilarious that Brett Favre and Dr. Umar are even in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Yet alone that Brett Favre is suing Dr. Umar. So
I wonder, how did Brett Favre come across Dr. Umar?
I have no idea. Maybe a viral clip just somehow reached his way, and he's like, "Who is this guy?" Maybe a kid or one of his daughter's friends or one of his kids' friends brought something up or was on the phone and something played and he just came across it. But I just think it's hilarious. We'll see what Dr. Umar does. I'm sure he'll make another video about it. But out of all, I don't think anybody's ever sued. Shannon Sharp could have sued Dr. Umar.
Yeah, but see, I'm kind of curious now. Do you feel like this could possibly turn into what Cardi B and the girl Tasha K went through? Because Cardi B sued Tasha K for spreading false information, pretty much, and that kind of screwed up Tasha K's career a little bit, and she owed a lot of money. I wonder if this is kind of similar in the same boat a little bit, where Brett Favre is pretty much trying to sue because of the stuff he's saying on his platform.
I don't know. I mean, it could be. I mean, look, Dr. Umar is not the only one saying this about Brett Favre. Brett Favre been getting slandered for a while, but it could be a case where if he says, look, technically there's nothing proving that I stole from anybody, then, it could be a case of, I could see Dr. Umar losing that case, basically, if it comes down to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's the tagline here says white privilege versus black power. First they came for Kanye, then Kyrie. Now they coming for King Kong. I don't know why you want to put yourself in the company of especially like a Kanye, but
yeah. All
right. So,
and why you considering yourself King Kong?
That's been his thing for a while now. I don't get it either. I guess he's trying to like take back the image of the black man being a gorilla as a stereotypical thing, and he wants to be proud of it. So he calls himself King Kong Consciousness. Yeah. So Dr. Umar's a character, man. We'll see what goes on with that.
Yeah.
Other things real quick. Raven Simone corrected everybody this week. She said her name is actually pronounced Simonye. To which I say, too fucking late.
Yeah.
He had a 30-year career to tell us this, okay?
They've been saying Raven Simone since you was 2 years old.
Yes. Since we saw you on the Late Show, we saw you on all
Bill
these
Cosby.
yes, all these late night talk shows and interviews. You ain't never once corrected them when they call you Raven Simone. Now you want to be all pro-black. My name is Toby. my name is Kunta Kinte. My name is Simonye. No, your name is Simone. Okay, you had long enough to correct this shit. Too late.
That's like Tyrod Taylor. Remember everybody calling him Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah.
Dude ain't
It's
say
Tyrod.
nothing. He ain't say nothing until I think when he was in Cleveland on Hard Knocks or something. And he says it's pronounced Tyrod. It's like, why the fuck did you ain't say that shit 5 years ago?
Yes.
Like, I think they've been calling you Tyrod since you was in college. And now you gonna say it's actually pronounced Tyrod?
Yeah.
I don't understand how people get away with that. Because to me, when people mess up my last name,
you correct them on the spot.
Right on site. Sometimes people forget an I in my name on site. No, it's this. And honestly, it's funny because this is something that kind of grind my gears a little bit. Whenever me and the wifey go out to eat, her name is Christina with a K.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, you order something and say, what's the name for the order? She said, Christina. And they always go to the C. And I'll jump right in. Sometimes they be like, C or K? And she was like, oh, it don't matter. I'll jump right in like with a K. Like, spell my name right. Just spell the name right. Spell it how it's spelled. So yeah, man, I don't see how she went through her whole life. If this is her real pronunciation of her last to Simone. Is Simone her last name or probably?
Yes.
Is it?
I mean, she got married to somebody, a white woman. So
okay, I wasn't sure if that was it sounded like a middle name, Raven Simone Johnson or some shit. But if that's the way you pronounce it, she should have been saying that from the beginning.
Yeah, I agree. Too late now. Yeah, 30 years. You ain't correct us then. You Raven Simone. Okay. Mama named you Simone. I'm gonna call you Simone. And here's something we never talked about. This happened like early January. And since we got time in this podcast, I think we kind of revisit it. So Dez Bryant, a few weeks ago, went on a rant talking about how he made the phrase "smoking on that pack," blank pack.
Yeah,
he tried to claim that he made that popular in the mainstream.
I seen that. Yeah,
and yeah, everybody called him out because I personally never heard him say that. And it had been a thing on social media everywhere. People were saying that it was a Chicago thing. I think that's where it started, with the gangs making videos saying it was smoking on their dead ops and all this shit.
Yeah.
And it just got used into more funnier context. But for some reason, Dez Bryant, I guess some ESPN or somebody had a post. Let me look for the original thing. Oh, Sports Center, when Georgia won the national championship, Sports Center said smoking on that frog pack. Dez Bryant said, look, ESPN, I've always had dreams of innovating with you guys. Trend setting is what I love to do, for the athlete, by the athlete, for the people, by the people. Somebody replies and says, Dez, you did not come up with this phrase, LOL. Dez said, I didn't, but I made it global. Another dude comes in the comments and says, I fuck with you, bruh, but you did not make it global. Then he brought out the Notes app or something. He said, I made the phrase cool for the world to use, and that's facts. Then he said, I guess it's him trying to be professional. He said, smoking on that pack in the black culture is known as the death phrase. The majority of black culture know that black culture is not everybody. I transcended the phrase in sports and made the phrase global for the world. It's no different from the way Drake made the Houston rap sound popular, mainstream, in parentheses. So that got everybody really tight.
That was an awful example, man.
Yes.
Look, I don't know if he made it popular in sports. Maybe he was on the field saying it or something, or in the locker room or something like that. But I think the better example would have been look at how Cam Newton made how he was dabbing.
Yes.
Yeah, and that, you know, I would be like, okay, maybe he did. I don't know. I ain't hear him say smoking on anything. But I can understand that. But that was the worst example I ever heard, man.
He said him using that phrase is like how Drake made the Houston sound popular. Then a guy quote tweeted him and said, Drake made Houston what? You transcended what? LMAO. Des Bryant says, I'm from Texas, from the heart of Texas. Anybody with sense know Drake helped make the Houston sound more popular outside the state of Texas, and it's all good. Y'all be living in your own little world. My world reached just a tad bit bigger. Understand that. So Des Bryant is claiming that Drake made the Houston sound popular and mainstream. Do you agree, Figgy Fig?
All right, so Des Bryant, I looked up, I had to see how old he was. This dude is 34 years old, man. He's our age.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with that, man. I just don't think, look, I think Houston had their moment where it was a popular sound. And you had some people trying to imitate that sound. Drake, look, I would understand if he said ASAP Rocky, because I felt like ASAP Rocky did, you know, use that sound, that Houston sound, and it kind of put it back on the map a little bit. I ain't gonna say he brung Houston back or anything, but he did introduce a whole screwed up thing, or slowed up, or whatever you want to call it, sound to a younger audience that probably wasn't around when DJ Screw was here. So I would understand if he would have said ASAP Rocky. Now I do think Drake did bring attention to the one song he did the freestyle over the
June 27th. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think he brought attention to that song, because I didn't really know about that song until I heard that. And I'm like, okay. And then I ended up going back and eventually listened to the original one. And then I remembered this is the crazy part about it. So I remember the freestyle with Lil Flip in the car, and I think it was Big Pokey.
Mm-hmm.
It was all in the car. I remember that freestyle, but I didn't put two and two together that was the same beat. So yeah, if he talking about that, then maybe I could be like, okay, maybe he, you know, I could kind of see where he's going, but I still don't see it. I don't look at Drake and say he the one that made Houston sound popular, because Des Bryant said that. He didn't say, oh, Drake, you know, kind of brung it back a little bit, or he kind of put it on notice a little bit. He shouted them out, so that kind of helped. He said he the one that made Houston sound popular. I just disagree with that, man.
Yeah, I mean, his brain is like cooked, man. I have to say, dog. Like, I don't think this is like the most wild take of all time.
No, it's not.
But I just, when you say he made the sound, you're talking about one song where he had the Houston sound.
Yeah.
And that's a June 27th. I think it's November, whatever he called it.
Yeah.
But that's really the only song. And that was on a mixtape. It wasn't even on an official album.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't like that song was like a #1 single.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about songs that reached outside of Texas, I think most would say Mike Jones, Back Then They Didn't Want Me. Now I'm hot, they all on me.
Yeah,
Chameleonaire, Riding Dirty, win #1, won a
honestly,
Grammy.
I would say Still Tipping is the one.
Still Tipping really did, but
that was the one where I'm like, who is these dudes? I didn't know who they were. And that whenever I think of Texas, whenever I think of Houston, I think of that Still Tipping video.
No, definitely. I mean, at least in rap, you would definitely say that made the Houston sound popular nationwide. And I mean, in the mainstream, like that Riding Dirty Chameleonaire song was everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic did a parody of it. And that's when you know white culture got a hold of something. So, look, man, I don't see how you can say that Drake made the Houston sound mainstream. It was already mainstream. Now, were the Houston rappers at the top of the rap game at that time? No. But the sound was already popular. People knew of Houston rap. Maybe motherfuckers in, I don't know, some Turkey never heard of anything until Drake did that song. I don't know. But like to say, yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and he tried to compare it like, first of all, he tried to say he the one that brung Smoking on That Pack to sports.
Yeah, we're bearing the lead because why does he think he introduced that in the first place?
Yes, and let's say he did introduce it. All right, cool. You introduced it. But Drake didn't introduce Houston to the world. I think people know about Houston for a very long time. And if you listen to music in the 2000s, even after, I guess the whole Swisher House thing, after their time has passed a little bit, you still have rappers every time they bring up Houston, they bring up, DJ Screw or Sipping Lean. When I'm in Houston, I'm sipping lean, or Slow It Down like Houston. Or, like people know Houston, man. It wasn't like this undiscovered place. He pretty much being Christopher Columbus at this point.
Drake is Christopher Columbus, rap Christopher Columbus. Okay, he sailed the 7 seas and he found Houston slowed up, screwed music, and he introduced it to the world, man.
It took credit for it.
That's why he has his H-Town Appreciation Day. It's really Drake Day. Drake Appreciation Day for finding Houston and putting us on the map. So thank you, Drake, for all you've done. Yeah, I don't know. The Smoking on That Pack thing was the funniest thing to me. Like he really thinks he made that phrase popular.
Yeah.
Retired as Dez Bryant, who don't do nothing but tweet now. Like, I don't know.
Did you like when you hear Smoking on That Pack? Did you ever think about Dez Bryant?
No.
The same sentence.
The only times I think about Dez Bryant is when I see a ridiculous call for a catch that should have been a catch or something like that. You'd be like, "Oh, he got Dez'd. That should have been a catch." That's the only context I think of Dez Bryant.
Yes,
I don't think of him in any kind of slang or innovating anything besides that one play for the Cowboys.
Yes, and I always see Cowboy fans complaining about it around this time of the year.
Yeah,
it was a catch. We would have been to the Super Bowl, or we would have, won it all. That's the only time I hear about Dez. So
no, I agree. Tab says still tipping and set it off and riding dirty took us worldwide. Yeah.
Set it off. Yeah, I remember Set It Off. I didn't know who that was.
Yep. No, it did. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he thinks Drake did and the fact that he's from Texas. Where is he from? He's
gotta be
from.
You gotta be from Dallas, right?
He's from close to me, actually, right where I'm right now, Galveston County.
Oh, yeah, it looked like Galveston Island.
Okay.
Galveston Island, Texas. Is that just Galveston or
Galveston area?
Okay,
I guess we'll call it that. But yeah. HRW says, didn't Dez do the X Factor before Black Panther? Now that hey,
he could take that.
But wait a minute, we gotta ask if that was a comic thing before.
Oh,
Did he?
maybe he a Marvel comic book fan.
Maybe, or maybe I don't know. I don't know. Where did the Wakanda Forever salute come from? It would be funny if that was influenced from Des Bryant.
That would be hilarious.
I don't know where that salute came from, but it's not really the same, isn't it? Like this or something. It's not like this. Kind of like how Diamond Dallas Page tried to say that Jay-Z stole the Rockefeller symbol from him.
Oh yeah,
you can't copyright doing making a triangle with your fucking hands, man. Tab says X-Pac the WWF did it first. Yeah, didn't Road Dogg do that too? Road Dogg still had a turnbuckle with it when he was with DX and did this.
He did.
Who was the first person to make an X with their hands? We got to look into it.
This is kind of like that old ass argument of oh yeah, so been he ain't the first person to make a rap song. Oh, they've been rapping for years and all that shit. My father always do that. Like, man, James Brown and them used to rap before it was
James Brown was here before fucking Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah,
he was rapping first.
They've been rapping since the 60s. Did you remember that old ass video that always circulated?
Yes.
That black and white video. It's a dude rapping.
We have to find that. Is it like a 1920s rap or some shit like that?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I see that a lot. Oh, I found it. Oh fuck.
Oh my god.
Hold up, I found it. I'm gonna link it. I'll put this shit in the rundown, man.
Oh
Here
my
we go.
god.
First rap song ever. I put it right below the fucking Des Bryant thing. Yeah. I see this bullshit all the time. It's like, ooh, it was rapping back in the 20s. Yeah, okay.
I'm over here died already before I even heard it.
Man. Yeah, it's always some. Look, Soulja Boy invented everything. Okay,
yeah,
that's what people are forgetting. He's the first rapper to do everything. Okay, so everything came from him. Then it was everybody else. So I got to pull up the old timey rap.
All right.
Well, it's over and over. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no. Right on the women time, but it's over and over. Oh, oh no. Oh.
The perm, man.
Brother Noah, my God's talking.
Skip ahead. Where's the rap part?
On a wind and tide.
You niggas singing.
Oh, here
that's gospel rap.
Hey, children, stop
there you go.
And listen to me. God walked down to the briny sea. He declared that Eve was sent from man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah, stop. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind and tide. It's
damn. See, right there. That was before Big Daddy came, before Grandmaster Flash, before Africa Bambaataa. This was the first rap song ever, man. Okay.
1940s rap.
Yes, Drake stole from the 1940s gospel group.
Yeah.
See, they're actually rapping about God and Jesus and positive.
No, he got some bars. He got a go to. Is that a go to? Or that might be.
I can't even tell.
Yes.
Yeah, man, got the Maltese, okay.
He raised his hands to heaven on high, shook the stars and moon from the sky, shook the mountain, he troubled the sea.
Damn. This is
hey man, you got some bars, man.
Hey man. See, They was real lyrical back then. Now some lyrical, spiritual miracles shit, man.
Yeah. Lyrical, spiritual.
See, back in my day, rappers rapped about God. Yeah, they got the conch, and yeah, man, they was sharp as a tack back then, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the every time I see that video on Twitter, like once every few months.
Yes.
Wow, they was rapping back then. Y'all think rap is new? And they link that old ass video.
Yeah, that's my father.
Right.
James Brown used to rap.
Yeah. No,
they do the same thing. He used to do the same thing with whenever you hear T-Pain. Like, man, Zapp and Roger been doing that.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Peter Frampton was doing that.
Yeah, and he always, I mean, because T-Pain got that a lot too. He said the thing I did was different. Roger Troutman used like the vocoder or whatever it was. That's the tooth that went in his mouth.
Yeah.
And T-Pain was using software.
Yeah.
But yeah. HRW says A&M/Chiefs Dante Hall is the reason Dez did the X Factor. Oh, our good friend Dante Hall.
Yeah.
Sports Radio 16.
In the middle of in the break. I don't know how I'm HR. I don't know if you're a 610 listener on Sports Radio 610, but around the time when I first got here, Dante Hall was actually in the loop. He was on the midday show with Cody Stoops and John Lopez. And he said at 610 for 5 minutes. Yeah, he was at 610 for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what happened. I think now, to be fair, I think John and him are good now. So I don't think it's no bad blood or nothing, but I guess he just got tired of doing that every day. I don't know if he got into a little disagreement on the show, but during the break, he just started packing up his computer. He started packing up everything and he dipped.
The tab says he was listening live when Dante walked out on J-Lo. Yeah, that was a classic moment in Houston radio history, man. Dante Hall just took his shit, his backpack, everything he had, and just walked out the studio in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's funny because I totally missed it because I wasn't in program. I was working in promotions.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember working an event. And, I'm used to seeing them three, but it was only them two. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe Dante off. And then Cody started the show and he didn't mention his name at all. So I'm like, damn. And then I seen that they used to have a graphic on the TV.
Yeah.
It's him and John. So I'm like, what happened? So I ended up finding out what happened. And I'm like, damn. And I my boy, shout out to my man Mario Parks, who used to do the video stream for In the Loop. He was like, yeah, man. He just started packing up his stuff. He was shaking his head, just packing his stuff and left and dipped. So I'm like, man, that was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Tab says Dante was just tired talking about the whack ass Texans. Yeah, I think that's part of it.
I was actually shocked he was here.
Me too.
When I first got here, it was a couple other people that shocked me. I was shocked to see Ted Johnson doing the show here because I used to be a Patriots fan, and I remember Ted Johnson. So I'm like, is that the same Ted Johnson in Houston? Like, I didn't expect for him to be in Houston doing radio. I thought that was kind of weird because I started thinking like, was he born here or did he play for the Texans? So I was kind of confused, and then I was really confused because Dante Hall was here. So I'm like, did he play for the Texans? Because I remember him with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I would think he would probably, be doing some radio media stuff with the Chiefs or, in Kansas City. But yeah, that was a crazy moment, man.
It was. Yeah. If you were a former pro player living in Houston, you had a good chance of being on 16 at some point, no matter what team you played for. Yeah. But I miss Ted Johnson, man. Me and Ted were cool.
I'm gonna try to get him on the podcast, man. I'm gonna try to reach out to him.
We got to try.
He be liking my tweets, man. He be liking my tweets once in a while. Where I be like, yeah, I forgot he followed me.
Ted Johnson was cool as hell. He was one of the first people, and like he was the last person I expected to be friendly when I came to 610.
Me
Because
too.
he like actual like had clout, won rings and shit,
Yeah.
and he was super nice to me when I first came, man. Like even when I did Paul's show, he was always, oh, Ron Rockett's so funny, man. He's so good on air and shit like that. He was always hyping me up. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that, Ted. So Ted was a cool guy. He was hilarious, fun to work with. I miss him, man. I know he went to Boston. He's doing his thing now, but yeah, I miss Ted. He was great.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on. I'm gonna reach out to him soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, a lot of good times at 610 and way back in the day, in the early days when it was all pure. What were we talking about? I lost whatever topic we were on at this point. This is a tangent to end all tangents, maybe.
Somebody said Dante Hall used to do the X.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Look, a lot of people did the X, man. D-Generation X was out there in WWE doing the X. Yeah, I think the X. I don't know if anybody can copyright the X. So it is what it is. Ted from Tomball. Yeah, man. So, anything else happened this week? I think that might be about it.
Yeah, we was talking off mic before, but how you feel about the new HBO Max show, The Last of Us? Because you actually got me hip to the video game.
Yeah.
So
you still got to play the second one, man. The second one is so fucking crazy. I'm thinking about replaying it. It was so good, man.
Okay.
I've heard nothing but good things about the TV show. I mean, it's HBO. HBO usually don't bullshit when it comes to shows, and this is a pretty popular property. I'm sure it's good. I haven't watched it yet. I was kind of iffy because I'm like, I already played the game. This might be one of those things that's better to play than it is to watch on TV. But I've heard nothing but good things. Even people who love the game said it was really well done. So I'm gonna check it. I mean, I know the twists that are coming in general, probably, so that kind of ruins it a little bit. But I like the guy who plays Joel. I liked him in Narcos and everything he's been in, man.
I knew he looked familiar. I did. I knew I recognized him. I couldn't remember who it was.
He was a narc. He's been in everything, man. He's low key.
Yeah, he was like the agent, the cop.
Yeah. He was in Narcos. I think the first 2 seasons back when it was good.
Yeah,
and he was yes, and he was. I think he's also the main guy in The Mandalorian too. I believe. So yeah, that dude is everywhere now, man. But he's a good actor. So I'm gonna check it out. Have you seen it?
Yes, I did see the first episode. It's pretty good. It was damn near step by step of the game. So,
really?
I didn't even finish the game, but it's damn near step by step to the point I'm like, okay, I think this is gonna happen or that's gonna happen. But it was pretty good, man. It was real good. My wife was sitting there. She kind of came in on it at the last minute, and she was kind of looking, and she got into it. And at the very beginning, the little girl, his daughter died.
Yeah.
And she had no clue that was about to happen. She thought I guess the uncle was gonna die. So I ain't say nothing. I was just like, I'm like, oh, because when I seen the girl was killed, the girl got shot, I was like, oh, because I forgot about that part. I'm like, oh man. And like, why? The uncle gonna die, ain't he? I was just like, just wait for it. And she sat there and watched, and then the girl died. She's like, no, the girl died. That was kind of heartbreaking a little bit because it's like, damn, they set her up all good at the beginning. So I thought she was gonna be throughout the whole show. And for her to die, I was just like, oh shit.
Dog, it hit harder in the game too, because in the game you start off controlling her.
Yes.
And you think, okay, this is gonna be one of the main characters, right? Yeah. And she gets killed in like 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yes.
So yeah, it's a trippy way to start the game, and I'm not surprised they did the same thing with the TV show.
Yeah, because they set it up because when you usually the characters when they set up the characters at the very beginning, I think she was the first person we saw. So you thinking that's the main character. And usually the movies and shows usually they usually play it safe. So somebody like that, they probably gonna stick around, and somebody that was in much of the first part will probably get killed quick. So you ain't got nothing tied to that person. Like I wouldn't have had nothing tied to the uncle if he got killed. It was just like, damn, he lost his brother, but he still got his daughter. But for his daughter to lose, I felt like she was part of the damn show. And I'm like, damn. So it was a little sad, and it kind of hit the wifey a little bit.
Yeah, nah, it was
like
the
we had a
wrestling
connection.
game, man.
Yeah.
So
Like the girl that went to the I ain't gonna spoil the show, but we just saw it was just the beginning was pretty much 90% of the girl. So we seen her go to school, she doing this, doing that, she getting her dad a gift, and then he ended up dying. It's just like, damn, that's messed up.
yeah, that's how they get you, man. What are other? I'm thinking of all the movies and TV shows where they psych you out and kill the person really early on that you think is going to be like one of the main characters. I remember, of course, Drew Barrymore in Scream. She was like nobody thought she was going to die at the very beginning.
At the very beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking too.
Because all the trailers had like nothing but her. I remember pretty vividly, like all the promo stuff was like the poster had Drew Barrymore's face in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think she's gonna be like the main character. She was, plus she was a big star at that point too.
Yeah,
and she died like at the very beginning, and that was it.
Yeah,
that happened. Who else? I was pissed when Bryan Cranston died at the beginning of that Godzilla movie. One of the more recent ones they made. I was pissed. The dude from Breaking Bad was in Godzilla. I was like, this is going to be a dope movie. And he died very quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
He probably like, man, give me my 100,000.
Yeah. he saw the offer and be like, I'll do 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, the price of the bag went up since that TV show. I'm sorry, man.
Yes, let me get back to Your Honor. Speaking of that, I that show is back.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
is that show any good, man?
It's really good, man.
Really?
I think it's really good. It take place in New Orleans too. So I don't know if I told you about this show, but it's pretty much based out of New Orleans. He's a judge, and his son make a mistake and killed the son of one of the biggest mob gangs in New Orleans. And so he pretty much trying to cover his son's ass and hide everything. So he pretty much he went from a judge, and then he pretty much turned into like Walter White, pretty much without drugs and stuff. So it's pretty good, man. Check it out. Everybody I know that I referred that movie or that show to loved it, and it was hooked to it.
Oh, okay, I got confused because I thought you were talking about that CBS show with the black woman judge. For some reason,
no.
I thought that was what you were talking about. I was like, wait, what?
No. This is on Showtime.
Okay, I'll check it out, man.
Yeah. This is Showtime. No, I know what you talk. You talk about All Rise.
Yes.
That show looks so damn stupid.
Dog, CBS has the worst shows.
Yes.
Man.
I was telling my wife that because she was like, "Oh, don't you like to see?" It was some show that popped up.
The Equalizer with Queen Latifah.
Yes, and she showed me some show, and I'm like, nah, I don't really like CBS shows. She's like, really? I thought you. I'm like, nah, man. The only shows I rock with NBC shows. They got some really good shows, and I rock with ABC shows. I don't like Fox shows, and I don't like CBS shows. Fox shows all look Fox and CBS. Their shows all look the same, man.
Fox got like 1,500 fucking all their shows are like first responder shows. I feel.
Yes, 911,
911 Chicago, 911 New York, 911 Miami, 911 fire department, 911 police department.
And my wife watched all them damn shows.
Oh God! Then they got a crossover with all 4 shows going on at the same time. Like, what the fuck?
And they all the same shit, man. All the same. The one she really like is the one with Angela Bassett. So it's this like you'd be sitting like she told me to sit there and watch a show with her one day. I'm like, all right. And the show going, and it's like, watch something bad about to happen to this person. And then they just get in a random car accident and a fucking pole go through their head. And she's just, oh my God. And the guy somehow survives. It's just like, all right, man. Like it's not like I told her, I'm like, to me, I don't like those type of shows because Fox and all that stuff, they play it too safe. None of the characters is going up and die. None of the characters is going to jail and out of the season. That's why I rock with the cable
yes,
show, man, because they not scared to they'll take risk. These shows ain't taking no risk. Like the one thing I hate about these shows is they'll put one of the main characters in a terrible car accident where they ended off where it's like you don't know if this person is gonna live. You got to wait till next Monday to find out. It's like, come on, they not about to kill Angela Bassett.
Right.
Her contract is locked in, man. So and then the next episode she survived and she'll be back on the job.
Yeah.
Like,
or they do something like, oh, she got fired for the force for this. And so she's not a cop no more or some shit. But then the next episode, she right back to being a cop. Like, y'all know y'all ain't gonna fucking change the formula of the fucking show, okay?
Yeah.
So why even fake the funk? But those shows are hilarious, man.
Yeah, but Your Honor, not All Rise.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Your Honor.
Yeah, Your Honor. Yeah, he's in it. I forgot who else is in it. It's a couple other names, and so in the newest episode, Rosie Perez made it.
Hey, Rosie Perez. Okay,
it's always good to see Rosie Perez, but I ain't gonna spoil it, but it's pretty much a judge trying to cover up his son bullshit. Which, by the way, a lot of people pointed out that he always gets stuck with a fucked up son. Always fucking up.
Breaking Bad set the tone, man.
Yes. So he his son made a mistake and hit a son of a mobster, the biggest mobster, and so he had to cover it up. So it's pretty good, man. It could get pretty intense. So check it out, man.
I'm gonna check that out for sure, man. Oh yeah, him and Aaron Paul were randomly at the Rockets game the other night too. You see that shit? That was wild.
He made a big deal about that too.
Yeah, apparently they're doing like a Breaking Bad commercial for the Super Bowl.
Oh, so, okay.
But yeah, I don't know what they were doing in Houston at the Rockets game, but yeah, good for them. But speaking of shows that came back, Godfather of Harlem's back too, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up to you. Yeah, so
I saw they recasted Malcolm X. People are mad about that.
They did.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
Yeah,
that was a good Malcolm X character.
It was. So this one, I'm not totally out on them yet. I feel like it's not that. I don't want to say it's not that hard playing Malcolm X, but I'm not totally out on the new guy. But the other guy was really good, man. I don't know what happened. I read a couple articles. I guess they said they had a scheduling. He had a scheduling conflict where he was working on something else, so he couldn't record or he couldn't tape Godfather of Harlem. But to me, I felt like his character was very important, especially the way they had that show. So I would have had to try to work around him some type of way. But it seemed like they was just like, all right, we'll just find somebody else then. So yeah, I was shocked, man. I was shocked they pulled the Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
Is
it an even lighter skinned dude playing him now?
That's the darker skinned dude.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was shocked. But yeah, I felt like, man, I'm kind of jumping off board. This kind of made me jump off board a little bit, but I'm kind of jumping off the Godfather of Harlem train.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about this new season, man. I've heard it doesn't look too good.
Yeah, it's kind of getting ridiculous a little bit because even the last season, the whole, uh, like I really want to know how close Bumpy Johnson and Malcolm X was because they making it seem like that was his right hand man. So I'm kind of curious, like them Bumpy Johnson and Malcolm X house with the guns at the window. It's just like, did that really happen? So it's kind of looking a little ridiculous to me, man. But it's still good. It's still some good actors and some A1 actors in there. You got Vince, my man Vincent.
Dion, yeah, I know you're talking about the dude who played Kingpin and Daredevil.
Yeah,
and also was in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, he was in a lot of shit. Law and Order. I know him from Law and Order. But yeah, he's in it. So it's a lot of good actors in there, but the storyline kind of looking ridiculous a little bit.
Yeah, no, it was even in the first season, man. Like I felt like Malcolm X was too involved in their storylines. And I'm like, y'all know Malcolm X had his own very important life to live too. I don't think he was really concerned about the everyday goings on of Bumpy Johnson and his people.
And let's be real, was he in Harlem that much? It seemed like he was just in the neighborhood.
Right, he was just he's always around.
He always in Harlem.
One of the most famous activists of the time. Just happened
in New York.
Just happened to always be around Bumpy Johnson.
Yes,
whenever some shit went down.
Some street shit.
Right.
So yeah, I ain't really get that, man. And
they went too far with his character.
And I'm kind of curious to know how I guess the people of was it the Nation of Islam or whoever it was, like whatever that group was.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see how they feel about it because in the movie they just made it point blank and clear that they tried to get Malcolm X killed.
I mean, they did.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious how they feel about that because I felt like a lot of them been denying it. They've been kind of denying it a little bit, saying it was the government and all that other stuff.
I mean, they Malcolm X knew he was marked for death, and everybody in the Nation of Islam knew he was marked for death once he spoke out against Elijah Muhammad. So I don't think anybody's upset with that portrayal. But I mean, the Nation of Islam is such a fringe group to begin with. I don't besides Farrakhan, who's been banned off of everything, I don't know who else really speaks for them. So yeah, but yeah, it's the whole thing. I mean, Malcolm X is a tricky character to portray, period. You know, so I think some people make a tiny, like he's one of those people where you can create like a whole movie or TV show after one moment, like that one meeting with I think it was Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and some other people, and they made like a whole movie about it.
Yeah.
And it's like he's one of those people who's just so important that everything he did gets magnified. But yeah, the whole Godfather of Harlem thing, I think it kind of reduces him. He don't seem that important on the show, man. He
just seems like a regular street thug, man.
He's like Jazz in the Fresh Prince. He's just always around. Nigga. I'm like, nigga, ain't you got some speeches to do, some marches to lead?
Yeah.
He's just always around when some shit goes south, and you always there to give Bumpy a pep talk.
Yes, and hanging around his daughter.
Yes. It was so weird, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, the actor is a good actor. I also think the guy who played Gus was in that show too. He did a good job. The guy who played Gus on Breaking Bad, that one dude with a Spanish sounding name, I forget his name now, but what's his fucking name?
The black dude.
Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He was in that show too. So
yeah, he played the Reverend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's a great actor. Anything he's in, he kills.
Yeah, it's a good cast. And they had the other dude that's playing I don't know if you've seen that series that Addams Family series, that Wednesday show.
My mom had been talking about that. She watched it with my sister, but I didn't see it.
Okay. The guy that's playing the dad.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I want to say he was in it for the first season, and then he ended up getting killed off.
Luis Guzman. That's right.
Yeah, Luis Guzman.
Yeah, he did get killed in the first season. I remember that.
Yeah.
I always remember it. Speaking of Sports Radio 610 stories, apparently that dude was on the morning show with Mike and Seth, and he was like the worst guest they've ever had. It was a morning interview. I guess he was promoting something he was working on, and he just did not want to talk. He didn't want to say anything. He was giving one-word answers, and they were like, this is terrible. Seth had to drive the whole thing. It was awkward.
Man, I want to see
Mike. Mike, what is Mike gonna ask this guy? He don't know about sports.
What type of books do you read?
Right. So that's another funny sports radio 610 story. But yeah, so I don't know if y'all watching something and y'all want to put us on. Let us know, man. I don't watch a whole lot of TV shit lately. I done unsubscribed from Netflix, but I'm probably gonna get back on pretty soon. Catch up on some shit.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with Abbott Elementary. That's one of my favorite shows out right now.
Oh yeah,
it's a very good show.
Yep. Heard nothing but good things about that too, man. So yeah, some fall shit heating up.
Yeah.
You got your ticket for house party yet?
No. I'm not doing that, man.
Oh man, you gotta support your boy.
Nah, I'm good, man. I think he getting enough support.
Shit. All right. Anything else happened this week? I think that about might wrap it up now. I'm scrolling the timeline, making sure. I hate how Twitter has this. They fucked up the timeline again. So now you have to. You ever see a fire tweet and want to reply to it and then realize it's like 2 days old?
Yes.
It kills your motivation to even say anything.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I'm way late.
Yes. And people be doing that to my shit because let's say I'll be like, dang, why the Texas ain't interviewed D'Amico yet? And then by that time I got the answer, and I'm already and people replying to the old ass tweet like they're going to interview him today. It's like, motherfucker, I know that now. I said this 3 days ago. Like I
wait, what the? Okay, hold on. Breaking news: Shannon Sharp got into some kind of altercation with the Grizzlies and Steven Adams.
Really?
Yeah, it's trending on Twitter right now. He's barking at them.
I see. Let me pull it up real quick.
What the fuck is going? What is? What's Shannon Sharp doing, man? It's like ever since this whole thing beef with Skip done blew up, he's been losing his mind.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Look at that. He's barking at people. I don't know who that dude in the blue hoodie is, but Shannon Sharp.
I'm about to say, is that Big Bill?
It almost looked like him. It'll be funny if it wasn't just Big Bill. No, that's somebody else. I'm trying to find out more information. But
was he at the Lakers game?
This was a Lakers game, of course. Okay, I see it. Okay, I see it. I see a different. Oh, pull up this video. Let's see. Let's analyze this. I see a different video. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Hold on. First off,
Dylan Brooks was having words.
Pause it when it gets to Shannon Sharp.
With Shannon Sharp.
What is that? Is that a sweater or a jacket?
It looked like a sweater, it looked like both.
What the fuck? Look, I ain't no fashionista, but I have no idea what he looks like a grandma on it. What is he wearing? Okay. It looks like it was crocheted together.
Oh, it looked like a cardigan.
Okay.
I don't know what type of material is that.
Yeah. Niggas always look weird when they getting into fights with weird clothes on, man.
Yeah.
It kills any type of hype you got for the fight when you see
Yeah.
somebody in some really tight pants or something, or some
Yes.
really weird looking coat.
Yes.
Trying to talk shit to somebody.
Side though, we gonna get right back to this, but I think it's hilarious seeing all of these street rappers going to Paris for Fashion Week, man.
Yes.
And what they be wearing, and they say like they be wearing the weirdest, most European shit you could find. But it'd be like a Gunna or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Any street rapper being the Paris Week and being at these fashion shows is the funniest thing ever, man. But
No, always, man.
yes, but back to Shay.
Shannon Sharp versus Shay versus the Grizzlies. Look at him barking. What's Shannon Sharp? Look, Steven Adams walking towards him. Like, what's your problem?
Yeah, he looking like a damn superhero.
Jason Momoa and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Trying to start shit with
Aquaman
Shannon Sharp.
Aquaman coming over in the
John Morant just in there to be in the mix.
Yeah.
He ain't even doing nothing. What is he doing, man?
And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy.
What is I wonder what was said that was that bad?
I have no idea, man. I'm trying to find out information. Let's
Porter Cass and then Shannon Sharp.
That's John Morant dad right there.
Yes, John Morant's dad.
Man, Shannon Sharp, he got people coming at him all over the place.
Still talking. And T. Morant.
John
Morant.
Look, now he talking. Yeah, so wait a minute, let's go back. So he went from talking shit to somebody else, and then Steven Adams come over.
And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy, along with the supporting cast.
Protect who?
Yes.
So wait, go to the beginning of the clip. I guess that's the guy who was talking shit.
Yeah, who is that?
Brooks. Something. What's his name?
Crypto.com arena. Dylan Brooks was having words with
Dylan
Shannon
Brooks.
Sharp.
Okay.
Hall of Famer
Dylan Brooks said something to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp basically walks on the court and says, "Come here and say that to my face." And then Steven Adams, for some reason, gets involved.
Dylan Brooks was
and
having
gets
words
in
with
Shannon Sharp's face.
Hall of Famer and broadcast.
Yeah, right here.
What the fuck is wrong with Shannon? How old is Shannon Sharp? He got to be in his 50s now.
Yeah.
What is he doing, man? What's going on with this man?
Yeah. I think Buddy right here that made it a little extra than what it was.
Yeah.
Steven Adams he was trying to calm it down a little bit. Look.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah.
Extra, man.
I couldn't tell what his intention was at first. It seemed like first he was trying to say cool down, but then somebody got in front of him. Then he started pushing off and talking.
Yeah. Let me cut this off. Yeah, so if you look at it, it looked like Steven Adams like, hey man, chill. And then Buddy over here just
runs into him like Jeff Van Gundy in that famous clip where he was hanging on somebody's leg. So Steven Adams still barking. John Morant is just in there for no reason.
He looking like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't even understand.
What y'all niggas doing, man? He already scratching his head.
Yeah, he don't even know what's going on.
Like, why is his father over there talking shit, man?
Because that's what he does, man. That's John Morant's dad.
Yeah,
so he's talking shit. He looks like Shawty Low with them glasses on, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
People say he look like Usher too.
Yeah,
but yeah. So now Shannon Sharp, he was getting into it with Dylan Brooks, got into it with Steven Adams, and now he's getting into it with John Morant's dad.
Yeah, I mean, Steven Adams got a chance. Steven Adams is huge, but John Morant dad's gonna get fucked up. He needs his stuff.
Yeah, and Shannon Sharp's still big as hell, man.
Yes. So he gets Shannon Sharp gets escorted out of the Lakers stadium, the Crypto Arena, and I'm looking up some more information, man. I think it's already on Instagram. Shannon Sharp spent halftime in the tunnel of security before returning to his seat. Oh, so he came back. Wow. So Shannon Sharp spent halftime in a tunnel with security before returning to his seat for the third quarter. He granted ESPN a brief interview explaining what happened with the Grizzlies on his way to his seat.
ESPN?
Yes. And he talked to ESPN. Shockingly enough, he went to the ops.
He must not give a damn, man.
He went to the ops to give his first statement.
Is he trying to get to ESPN?
Maybe.
Get away from Skip.
So this is what he told somebody on ESPN. He said, they didn't want this smoke, Dave. They do all that talking and jockeying, and I ain't about that jockeying. It started with Dylan Brooks. I said he was too small to guard LeBron.
Hey, man.
Why is Shannon Sharp? This man works in the media, dog. Why is he on the court heckling like a fucking fanboy, man? Telling Dylan Brooks you too small to guard LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. So it started with Dylan Brooks. I said he was too small to guard LeBron. He said, F me. I said, F you back. He started to come at me, and I said, you don't want these problems. And then Ja came out of nowhere talking. He definitely didn't want these problems. Then the dad came, and he obviously didn't want no problems. But I wanted anything they had. Don't let these fools fool you now. All that jibber jabbing.
You know what they're about to talk about on
yes.
all
that they talking all that bull jive. Shannon Sharp, the only person I know still say bull jive. All that bull jive. Come on, man. What's going on here? Shannon Sharp needs to get in control of his life, man. Why is he got the pom-poms out for LeBron courtside at a game?
Yeah.
You work in the media, man. You're a pundit. You work for Fox Sports, not ESPN. Don't give ESPN that interview.
Yeah. He trying to get over there. He trying to get back. Was he with? I don't know.
He was always with Fox, I think.
I was wondering if he was ever with ESPN. The only time I see him with ESPN was, I think it was a time when Stephen A was out.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually filled in for Stephen A when it was Skip was there.
Oh wow.
Well, they actually got the first. They was actually doing the tests, I guess. What the show they got now.
Oh wow.
And then Skip ended up leaving, and they both had to end up going over to FS1.
Yeah, I knew he had been with Fox for a while. I know he used to do like a pre and post game for Fox. You know, they had that clip of him faking with the tears when players were crying and shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Shannon Sharp is tried to fight the entire Grizzlies starting lineup apparently because he was defending his homie LeBron James.
Yeah.
Now, Undisputed is going to be must-see TV. Too bad it's not on tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely going to lead off talking about that shit. He's 54 years old, by the way.
Damn, I don't know
54-year-old reporter.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought he was older.
Mad Wine Chemist says, didn't LeBron get into an argument this game too? I don't know. We've been podcasting, so I haven't been catching up with Twitter, but I would not be surprised.
Damn.
But yeah, very, very interesting way to end this podcast, man. I'm glad we caught that.
Yeah.
Because we definitely had to talk about that.
And now
John Morant caught yelling, sit your ass down to Shannon Sharp before the bench clearing argument. He told him to shut the hell up.
Yeah, I'm over here looking for the LeBron one now. I don't think.
Yeah. Crazy time in the NBA, man. I don't know what's going on with Shannon Sharp. I'm surprised they let him come back. I mean, shit, he tried to fight the whole fucking lineup.
Yeah.
You let that man come back courtside?
Wonder did what's his name? Dylan Brooks. I wonder if he got ejected or they just kept it going.
I doubt anybody got ejected.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Shannon Sharp said, come over here and say it to my face then. Steven Adams said, okay. Shannon Sharp said, I didn't mean you. Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they let him come back. Think about it. All the fans who've gotten ejected for heckling and shit, all LeBron and everybody pointing it and say, hey, get that guy out of here. And they just got to go.
Yeah.
And Shannon Sharp try to fight the whole starting lineup and he gets to come back in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's privilege. Okay.
That is privilege.
That's Hall of Fame NFL privilege. That's LeBron's friend privilege. LeBron's number one defender on cable TV gets to do what he wants and come back like nothing happened.
Honestly, I think he only came back they was in LA and all he do is talk about the damn Lakers and LeBron. Like, all right, you know what? You could come back. Just make sure, just don't do that again and all that shit. So if he was in Memphis, get your ass out of here.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be in Memphis anyway. He's not going to enemy territory. He got to go where the other fans are, the LeBron groupies are, and lead them. So I think he's just trying to be there when LeBron breaks the record.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's going to be some fugazi shit to make sure he does it in Lakers Stadium. Like what if he's like 10 points away and they got to go on a road trip?
Yeah.
I've looked at their schedule. People are predicting he's going to break it in February next month. But I'm wondering, like, what if there's like a stretch of home away games? Is he going to fake an injury?
Yeah.
Is he going to be out for rest?
I can see that, man. I can see that because I don't know where they at in the playoffs or nothing like that. If they even going to make the playoffs, but he ain't got nothing to play for at this point. So I can see him resting a little bit.
Yeah, nah. He wants to break it in crypto arena, and the Lakers are just 2 spots ahead of the Rockets, 13 overall in the Western Conference with 20 wins and 25 losses. So they're not going nowhere.
Yeah, that's better than I thought.
Yeah, damn. The Rockets only won 10 games. In 45 games, they've only won 10. Holy shit.
They still on that losing streak.
The season half over, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They really gonna win like 25 games, and it's gonna be another rough season.
I don't even know if they're gonna get to 25, man.
Yeah, they might.
They might be around 16. Yeah, they might be around 16, 17 games.
I mean, they got like 40 games left. I would hope they can at least get 10.
Man, if they keep playing like this, I don't see them winning no damn game no time soon.
I don't know, man. It's rough. It's rough. But so breaking news there we had to react to right quick. Shannon Sharp getting into a fight with the Grizzlies during a heated game. What's the score? Is it over yet? It's the fourth quarter, 10 minutes to go. Grizzlies 94, Lakers 87. Yeah, the Grizzlies are going to win that shit.
Yeah.
They're a better team. So, at least they got a viral moment out of it.
Yeah. How much LeBron got? Nigga got 13 points.
Hey, man, you got to conserve it.
Yeah.
You got to wait. You got to plan it out. I'm sure they got like statisticians and mathematicians. They saying, okay, you got to get this much during this game, this much during this game, and on this date you're gonna break it in Lakers Stadium. Okay, you're gonna break it in LA on this date on February 16th. It's gonna be some important civil rights day too, somebody's birthday or some shit.
Black History is enough.
LeBron gonna break the scoring record on Black History Month.
Yeah, how did you celebrate, LeBron? Oh, I read the Malcolm X book again.
Yeah. I mean, it's my
very
15th time reading it this year, but it's very important.
Do you have any different thoughts on it? Nah, he's just an interesting man.
Yeah,
very interesting man.
Just shows we've gone through a whole lot, with the thing,
he was a very passionate guy, and he always fought what he believed.
Yeah. I got first grader fucking book report. Talk about Martin Luther King. He was a brave man who fought for what he believed in.
He cared about the people.
Oh man. Oh shit. Yeah, good old LeBron. Good old LeBron, man. Gotta remind us he's smart and well read. So yeah, that was a very funny sequence of events that happened in the NBA tonight. So we got to react to that real quick.
Yeah.
I think that might about do it. It's getting a little late.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Appreciate all y'all on the stream for joining us. Tab, Mad Wine Chemist, Ernesto, HRW, who else? Drunk, I heard you was in here too. Dre Eagles, everybody who came through. What's that dude? I don't want to say his real name. It was
Wildest Guy, LOL.
Yeah. Wildest Guy, LOL. Everybody who came through on the stream tonight, make sure you peep us around this time every night, Friday nights around 7-8 p.m.-ish. If you want to catch us live and chat with us and talk all the shit you want to talk, appreciate y'all and probably see y'all next week. Thanks, Tab. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir. All right.